Welcome, heroes. Welcome, heroes. Welcome, wizards and witches and all the like. Never mind. My throat just collapsed on me. I'm going to edit that out. All right. Welcome to Unsung Heroes. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mike Mercadal. I'm the host of an in-studio podcast called Zeros on Heroes, where I interview people about their heroes. But this is Unsung Heroes, where you guys get to be the heroes. Yes, thank you all for being here. Guys, look, I got to say, plug all the stuff that Zeros on Heroes is doing. If you have not listened to the Zeros on Heroes New York Comic-Con coverage episodes, go back. There's some legit primo stuff on there. I got to interview actual scientists about Mars and the Nat Geo Mars, that show that it's on Nat Geo, and it's about Mars, but they got like all the science advisors. So like I got to talk to Dr. Michio Kaku. Do you know who that is? Yeah. I got to talk. That guy is a super genius futurist and physicist. And then there's another astrobiologist, the guy who wrote The Martian. I interviewed him. There's a ton of it's fantastic, and the show is really, really good, and everyone should watch it. You can catch it now on the Fox Now app if you have that. It's very good, and everyone should watch it. And if you're subscribed to this, you're subscribed to that, so you're getting all of it. You had to electively choose to not listen to it, which hurts my feelings, you guys. And you can follow us at Zeros on Heroes on all social media, and me at Mike Mercadal. But this is Unsung Heroes. We're going to the wizarding world, y'all. We're going to the wizarding world of Unsung Heroes. We're talking about Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Part 2. The Crimes of whatever, Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, Grumble Boogaloo. No, it's The Crimes of Grindelwald, right? That's the thing. I'm a big Harry Potter nerd. I know what house I'm in. I know what my Patronus is. I'm all over that Pottermore stuff. And we're going to talk about it. Look, guys, I'm also going to sort you into houses. Get ready, because that's going to happen. I'm going to sort you into your Hogwarts. But you know what I'd also like to do? I'd like to come up with Creek and the Cave houses. Because we need, for those of you listening outside of New York City, we record at the Creek in the Cave in Long Island City, Queens, every Thursday at 8 p.m. And look, there are all types here, all kinds, but also they kind of all, you can categorize them all together. What would the houses be sponsored by? What would the mascots be? We need old wizards. That one of the houses is a PBR for sure. One of the houses is those are the drunks. Those are the drunks that they come on here and they lose their mind and they do a mic and they forget how to talk. That's that. There's an owl for sure. That's the logo of the place. Yes, we nailed it. There's an owl. There's a cat, because this place is loaded with cats, and then there is a PBR and the house pinball machine. So you will get sorted into the pinball. We'll figure it out as we go along. And what do you say we get our first wizard or witch up for this evening? Coming up first, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for why did this music die? Ladies and gentlemen, get up for Lord Wizard Patrick Hasty. Are you? Yeah. Do you have to go?
No, I'm good.
You're good? All right. Hell yeah. Let's do this. You got the music and everything.
I love it. How are you? How's it go?
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. We're talking about the Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Are you a Harry Potter fan?
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's not my favorite when it comes to like what the shit I like, but I do enjoy it. I'll tell you, my wife loves it. I've watched all the movies. We watch them often.
You've seen them all.
Yeah.
Are you excited for the new one?
Not even the least bit. No, not at all. I didn't love the first one of these two. What was it called?
The Fantastic Beasts.
I saw it in the theater. Didn't love it. It didn't grab me.
What was missing from this world?
I think we could all agree Harry Potter for one. That would have been pretty cool. I just didn't love the story. I didn't get pulled in, And I'm one of those. I don't like Johnny Depp all that much, so I think it's kind of a bummer that he's in a movie this big in 2018.
Yeah, because Johnny Depp is he's peeling back the layer of leather wristbands and whatever the fuck else he has, and revealing. He's being revealed to be a legitimate villain.
Yeah, he's kind of he seems like just a real asshole. Even without like the weird Me Too type accusations against him, I never liked him. He always seemed like an asshole. I never loved any of his movies. I think his best movie is probably Copland. That's not even him. That's Sylvester Stallone's best.
He was in
my favorite Johnny Depp movie. He's not in it. That's the point.
I will say I enjoy him in a couple things. One of the things that I really liked that he was in was Once Upon a Time in Mexico. That Robert Rodriguez,
sure.
the El Mariachi 3.
Yeah. Desperado too. Yeah. And I don't dislike it. I think it's fun. I love the universe. I like a universe. I like any series, any couple, a bunch of movies or something. But this one is one that I saw the last one in the theater. I'm not going to see it in the theater, and I'm sure my wife will watch it at some point, and I'll catch it. And there'll be scenes I like and characters and things I like, but I'm not as stoked as I would be for like if it was just like maybe more interesting. I'm inclined to want to see the play. The Broadway show.
We could talk about it, but
I haven't, but I would want to see that.
I'm going to tell you, I started reading it.
The books?
The book, the play.
The play.
I started reading it, and boy, was it not good.
Sure.
It was a rough one, and that's the thing. I love Harry Potter, and there was a lot of it where it was like fuck Harry Potter, kind of. It was just this odd experience of like the play undid a lot of stuff that was super important to the fact that. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
That's ironic that you said fuck Harry Potter because that dude loved to Hittich and Quidditch. All right.
Hittich and Quidditch.
There was a thing about Potter. What was I going to say? Oh, can I say a thing that's kind of a bummer?
You already killed Johnny Depp.
Yeah, you're right. A couple of things came out. Gary Oldman has made some kind of shitty comments. He's not a bad guy. We shouldn't dismiss him, but he made some shitty comments. And I shared that with my wife once. I was just like, you hear about Gary Oldman stuff? And she didn't know who he was. And then she originally pieced together that he was
Sirius Black.
Sirius Black. And it really ruined Prisoner of Azkaban for her.
Oh no!
And if to me, I was like, I just ruined one of my wife's favorite movies for her.
Oh no!
Because I didn't put it together either. And I think if anything, this just show how great of an actor Gary Oldman is. Right?
That's another thing. Like all the Harry Potter movies it's like a who's who of British actors.
Yeah, totally.
Like it's just a nonstop parade of British greatness, and telling a kid's. Essentially, it starts off as like a kids movie. That's one of those things. Also,
the Columbus years. Yeah,
it starts off as a kids movie, and then it turns into like a straight up war magic movie. It's crazy.
It's so good. I literally Prisoner of Azkaban I think is fantastic. I watched that. Yeah, I'll watch that without. I don't care about the rest of it. I just want to see that sometimes. The first time, have you read the books?
Yes.
Did you read them when they were coming out originally, or did you find them all later?
So this is one of those things that I was just too old for at the I'm technically Harry Potter's age.
I didn't want to say something, but
I'm
really?
Technically, yeah. I'm technically Harry Potter's age, and then when the books were coming out, I was old enough where it didn't grab me.
Sure.
I thought it was kids' books.
Sure, yeah. That's how I was. I was in high school when the movie started being released, and I was like, that's just kid shit.
I got into it the best way possible because I have little brothers.
Yeah.
And they had read the books, and the Prisoner of Azkaban was coming out. So I watched the first two at home, and then we went to go see Prisoner. So I skipped through the kids' stuff, and then I got to Prisoner of Azkaban, which was dope and dark and fun.
Yeah.
And I was like, it got me. It got me good. Like
same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I read the second book, Chamber. Is that Secrets? I read that because I used to work at a gas station overnight, and somebody. I'm not. It was I was an assistant manager at a Come and Go. That's right. Don't like giving shout outs, but when it's for Come and Go, I'll do it. And somebody, because we were off an interstate, so we wouldn't have a lot of business. But one night, a lady came in, and she had to go. I don't know, shit, I assume. And so, but she left her book. And this was back when those books were like $40, and it was a big deal. She left it on the sink in the bathroom. So I'm like cleaning the ladies' bathroom, like 4 a.m. I just feel this big ass book, and so then I just started reading it. So like the only book of the whole thing I've read is that book.
Sure.
And I enjoyed it. I liked it.
I read them all, and then also the audiobooks are really fucking good because the guy that reads them, Jim Vale, that's the guy's name. Jim Dale. It's Jim Dale. That guy is great. He does the voices for everything. It's Fantastic.
Hello.
Yeah.
Does he have an accent like that?
Perfectly done.
Hello, I'm Jim Dale Orvale.
Yeah. He has a voice for everybody. Okay, let's sort you into a house.
Yeah, baby. Oh, I love the Creek houses, by the way.
Which we have, the Creek houses are, to recap, an owl,
Yeah.
a cat, a pinball machine, and a PBR.
Those are the logos.
Yeah.
But the names, because like I feel like alcoholism is definitely one of them, and I
Yeah.
guess the PBR could have sung that.
PBR is the alcoholism one. Yeah.
There's I feel like I want to get like deep comedy into it, like be like there's the never leave the mics, there's the people who had it but lost it. You know what I mean? Like I think I want to get too technical into it.
So let's define them.
I can tell you where I'm not at. I'm not at pinball.
You're not pinball.
Never,
Okay,
never
yeah.
once. If I got sorted into it, I'd just quit and probably join MASH or another fucking series, you know? What else is there? I'm not alcohol because I don't drink.
No.
What is the other two? The cat? What's the cat's world?
I don't know. What defines the cat house?
Probably scavenger. You ended up here, but you probably didn't, you were, where else were you going to go?
You kind of think you're too good for here.
Ooh, maybe. That's not where I was
There's a bunch
going,
of those
but I like
motherfuckers that come up.
I feel like that could be the owl, maybe.
No, the owl, I think, is the people that are old and should have quit years ago.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I hope not that one.
No, that's pretty harsh.
I would say I feel like the cat is the one I would identify with, even though I'm seriously just basing that off of the fact that I like cats. Because I know I don't want to be the bitter old one, and I don't think I would be the pinball or the boozing.
Yeah, you'd be the cat. You're good. You float around. You show up. You make your presence known,
and then I get the fuck out. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
What? Let's ask you a question.
Please.
Let me see what the question would be. If you could take a huge risk right now and undo it if it didn't end up with the best result you wanted, what would it be?
A huge risk right now and undo it if it didn't result the way.
Risk-free.
Does this have to be Harry Potter related?
This is the one question that'll sort you into the house.
Jesus Christ!
You would do that all the time because you're they follow you on Facebook and Patrick Casey, you do AMAs and then you're like, if nobody responds to this, I'll
that's
delete
my
it
whole thing.
immediately.
Yeah. If you guys are my friends on Facebook, and if you're not, that's fine. I'll be like, hey, I got an hour and a half. I'm doing nothing. Ask me anything. And then if I don't get enough questions, I just delete it so I don't look like a fucking loser. I would say the real answer is like I think it would. Okay, so I have in comedy every once in a while you find emails. I would send my tape to a few emails that I have
that you don't think you're ready for now, but
maybe that I don't know if we put it that way, but who they don't know who don't care.
Right.
But I would do it with the off chance that yes, they'll give it to me. And if they don't, there's no recourse on this, right?
That you could undo it.
I ate some magic gummy bear or something.
In all fairness, it'll disappear into their junk box, or whatever.
Yeah, but that sounds bad too. But that's what I would do is I would pull the trigger on a couple of things that I want to do, that I feel I'm ready to do, that I haven't done because of fear-based.
If your risk involves your career or your major of study, you are a Ravenclaw.
Oh!
Ravenclaw, baby!
Who's the most famous Ravenclaw in the story?
Luna Lovegood is a Ravenclaw.
Hell yeah, right?
She's
that's that foxy girl from Ireland, right?
She's
12.
Yeah. That's the thing. They're all attractive now. Like they're adults now.
Yeah, but you can't use that argument.
No, but that's the thing is that when I saw like Ginny Weasley, what's
the
her
redhead
name?
girl.
I forgot the Ginny Weasley's name, but she's a stunning redhead, beautiful woman now. And then Neville.
The fuck
Neville
did you say to me? I'm just kidding. Neville is supposed to be super hot.
Yeah. What?
Did Ron get hot? Is Ron fuckable? Anybody? Ron, people sucking his cock. Good.
Patrick,
thanks.
Thank you so much for being here. Is there anything you'd like to promote before you go?
Listen, if you're listening to this, please listen to the Nostalgic Front podcast with me and my dumb friend Brandon. It comes out every Monday and every Thursday. We have great things. Mike's been a guest. Other people in the room have been a guest. You guys will love it. Tell your friends, be cool. Also follow me on Twitter at Patrick Hasty and PatrickHasty.com. This comes out tomorrow, right?
Yep.
I'll be in Pittsburgh the day after. 1 week from today, I'll be in Pittsburgh. So go to PatrickHasty.com and get those dates. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Hasty! New Ravenclaw. You're gonna stay for... Yeah. Ba, ba, ba. Come here. The official Ravenclaw. You're a Ravenclaw and a cat. Ladies and gentlemen, Lord Wizard Alex Murray! Hello!
Yeah, hello.
Hi. Alex.
What's up?
This is your shit.
This is some yes. Correct. I've got my house colors on. It's a great gag. Great visual gag for a podcast.
I was gonna bring a scarf also.
Fully Ravenclawed out, man.
Guys, I don't know if you know, but we're in New York City right now. The weather outside is frightful.
It is frightful.
It is pretty bad.
Fire is
So delightful.
Yeah. I have lit a fire in this room. No, but you're thank you. But yeah, no, like,
dude, I resisted it a little bit, like you guys did when it came out. I was like, yeah, whatever. It's not nearly as cool as hobbits and elves, dorks. I
love the gatekeeping of the Harry Potter versus
whatever, man. Like none of them speak a real whole other different language, so.
I had to learn Elvish for mine.
Please, God, speak Klingon or fucking shut up. But I was incredibly hungover my freshman year of college, which is like right when the first movie came out, and I was just dying. And a friend of mine was like, "Look, man, just sit down," and like threw a pack of Pop-Tarts at me. I was like, "I'll be back in a minute." Like
classic hangover remedy. Yeah.
Brewed a pot of coffee, threw a thing of Pop-Tarts at me, and then put the first Harry Potter in the movie in the DVD player and went to class. And when he came back, I was just weeping in a Papazon chair. I'm like, this is the most beautiful shit I've ever seen. He fucking did it. He didn't have parents. He was on the stairs. Oh, God. And my boy handed me the first 4 books because they were out, and I walked downstairs and I read them in a row. Like, yeah.
But you're also that's another thing.
That's also the kind of human that I am. I'm
you're
all
a big
in or
reader.
all out. Well, but also like
Buddy.
the Bible. Yeah, I've read it.
You like good books.
I've read it all the way through, every word. It's mostly boring.
It's a lot of names. The Bible is a bunch of names.
There's a really fun part in the Bible, not to get sidetracked, but where they're talking about like when the world ends, when it all comes to the shit.
Revelation. Yeah.
And he's talking about they're naming all the cities that are gonna fuck up, and and then they're like whatever, all these weird old names, and then they just say Philadelphia, and like I get now that Philadelphia is named after an ancient city, but when you're just reading the Bible, you're like, holy fuck, Pennsylvania's in this thing.
Take that, dude. William Penn, you fucked up.
Yeah,
that's like you discover like that like you discover that Middle Earth is in Wisconsin. And you're like, oh shit.
Wasn't it great?
Wow.
The whole time.
You're reading through the Bible, you find out like all of a sudden you get to some page and they're just like, and then Mike Mercadal walks up. You're like, whoa,
what? Hey, hold
somebody.
on. Yeah.
Hasty begat Reem, begat Mercadal,
We're all
begat
there.
Murray.
The
Oh
great-
shit.
Suddenly it turns into like the never-ending story where I'm reading it in an attic, shouting.
Yeah.
Giving the name. What is it? The youthful
That's the
empress.
name he shouts into the fucking void.
Yeah.
We don't know.
That's actually our fun size we're recording on Sunday for our podcast. The Nostalgic Front is Never Ending Story.
Nice.
Never not plugging, baby.
Yeah, baby.
That's how you do it.
They look like
I'm just glad that somebody gives a fuck about it.
I love your show. I do listen to it.
Thank you.
I like the mini episodes a lot. I listen to them because for me
That's
they're
very
more
funny.
Beatles came
Those are
out
my
just the other
least
day.
favorite. No, I'm just
Really?
kidding. No, it's just.
I
more
like.
work.
Well, the thing is that because they fit for me for my commute just perfectly.
Sure.
So I listen to one of them there.
Well, fantastic.
But back to you, Alex. Do you have?
Actually, take a break, Alex. Anyways, what else do you like about my podcast?
Take 5. Do you? So you know your house. You are.
Yeah, man, I'm a super duper Ravenclaw. I mean, but like it would fit. Like every time I take a quiz, like the hat's like, yeah, dude, get your ass up into the tower with the ghosts where you're worried about your career and you're like, yeah.
What is your Patronus? What would your Patronus be?
Good question.
You said that earlier, and I started to think about it, and I'm not sure that I've ever let the internet tell me, but I think it would be like a beagle, or not a beagle, a basset hound that like doesn't want to be fucked with, but like when it's time to go, he like shakes his fucking ears and gets up and whips some Dementor ass.
Just a
like,
floppy,
It's just like, what?
spirit.
What are we doing? Fighting evil?
Yeah.
All right, here we fucking go. And like he
Nice,
makes
nice.
that.
That's good.
The thing is that I think we
Like
should.
Droopy the dog, but
I think we should pick stuff that's not necessarily an animal. It doesn't have to be an animal because it could be from anything, any realm of pop culture. Like I would want my Patronus to be Chewbacca.
Nice.
I want to shoot my one and
An
then
animal.
like a fucking Chewbacca comes out and starts fighting Dementors.
He's a critter at the very least. He's
What'd
not.
you say?
He is an intelligent. He has a
when
family.
you put this out, bleep critter.
Yeah.
Just so we just get a go fun. The fuck? He's never bleeped anything before. What'd he say?
My God, what could he possibly have said?
I just leave the
Yeah.
Suddenly it's very questionable.
It's like, well, but truth and he put it out, and that's what matters.
He's an intelligent being.
What's a Patronus? Can you guys? I'm not.
Your Patronus is like your okay. I mean, it's the sort of the wizarding spirit animal, basically.
Okay.
So when you need to summon a spirit of pure good to keep you. What do you fuck? You've seen the movies, man. Actually,
but I fucking zone out a lot.
They do a crappy job actually.
Is that the horse? That's also like his dad and mom or something.
Yeah, it's a deer.
Right? A deer.
It's a deer horse, an alien horse. Yeah,
a deer.
Is that
a female deer?
Is that thing that's his mom, but also a deer and a horse?
Also a horse.
I don't
it's
know.
his mom's horse ghost, right? Yeah, that's what
his mom's a ghost horse.
Thin line between what a horse and a deer is.
What do you want?
Put a saddle on it, see what happens.
What do you want your Patronus to be?
Cloven hooves, man.
My Patronus.
We're gonna go back to the Bible.
Are we supposed to be? Oh, let's do it, dude. Let's do it. If he, so let me get this straight. Is it your favorite? You love a beagle, or you think a beagle represents what you want it to be?
A beagle represents the inner me that is gonna rise up and fight the forces of evil. I'd rather not. I'm up to stuff. I'm smelling things and doing whatever. But if it comes down to it, I'll get up and I'll fight a badger.
I'd probably pick a deer that's also my dead mom. No, I think I don't know. Don't know if I can justify it, but I would like to think turtle.
Turtle's a great one,
maybe
man.
a sea turtle, especially like a leatherback or a
Dude,
loggerhead.
that's awesome, dude. He
right?
comes
you're
a
from
giant loggerhead comes fucking
right?
There's
whipping
a big
ass
sea
out of
turtle.
your...
That's a really cool one.
It's a pretty mystic animal.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think because you're from Iowa, you're
Their
from farm
eggs are
country.
aphrodisiacs.
Anybody else? Never once.
I think your Patronus should just be a big farming combine, like a big tractor just comes out of it.
I'm not a combine guy, but I mean, I could definitely see a nice Case IH tractor, maybe a DC from the 1950s where you got to push it to trick the alternator because it don't start no more. But hey, it'll pull a wagon of feed. Yeah, that would be fun.
Either that or a sea turtle. I think you do.
Yeah.
Alex, what is your Creek in the Cave House of Magic?
Oh yeah, dude, come on.
You're the PBR all the way, baby.
all day and night.
Booze bag.
House of alcoholism, no doubt. Yeah, dude, I can do this. I'll be great at it.
How would it be positive? Do you think that it gives you liquid courage, bravery?
I think it does, but like so many other, there's the tragic flaw there is that of course it gives you how you get drunk and you can play pool real good. At a certain point, you're just fucking you're Leviosa, fucking making shit work, man. Your wrist is flicking and you're crushing it. And then one PBR later, you go to cast a spell and you just chuck your fucking wand over the back of your head.
There's a steep drop off in performance.
Yeah, dude, it's not good. You're like, I can't remember anything. Avada Adaka Kavavra. I don't even.
Instead of killing someone, there's three of them now.
Kadabra. Oh shit, he's
Damn
a
it.
fucking. It's a bug now. I made him.
Aim for the one in the middle.
Yeah.
Alex, thank you so much. Would you like to promote something before you go?
Yeah. Listen to Mr. Cool Guy. Watch Millennium streaming on Amazon Prime.
You got recognized.
I did. I got recognized in the wild for my dumb Amazon Prime pilot series.
Were you? How did you react? Did someone come up to you?
Somebody walked up to me and was like, "Hey, you're in Millenniums, right?" And I was like, What? What are you talking about?
Did you know?
I was like, yes, I am.
You're like, no dollars. I don't want to sign a petition.
Like, yes, I am. What would you like to drink? I've got.
yeah.
You were attending bar and someone recognized you?
I was, yeah.
Classic actor story.
When you got maybe this is too honest, but also I got to have this conversation with you literally a foot away in a minute. But did you, when they said it, did you think you were actually being recognized, or did you think they were just, they're wrong. They're gonna be wrong.
Like for a minute,
when did you smell it out? What was happening?
She was like, "Hey, are you in?" And I looked at her, and she was very confident. She knew it was me.
Sure. Okay.
I was like, "Oh, word, this is happening. Very cool."
That's got to be nice. That's pretty fun.
It was a good time. It was a great boost for my ego, and then to immediately hear hey buddy over here, and I was like, okay, well, back down to earth.
Yeah,
so there we go.
But a reality check right away.
Yeah.
Alex at Alex Murray on Twitter. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Alex Murray. Oh, thank you so much, Patrick.
I did see the play.
Oh, we didn't talk about
I
the play
did
at
see
all.
the play on Halloween, both parts.
Wait.
Just like real quick.
Is it a musical?
No. Well, there's some dancing. There's more dancing than there ought to be. It's essentially a stunt show, right? Like,
Really?
Yeah, it's basically a fan fiction stunt show. The script is hot garbage, but like the stuff that like the like magic effects and shit. Like, have you ever seen the Indiana Jones stunt show at Disney World?
Yeah, of course.
It's that for fucking 5 hours. So like the acting's garbage farts. Like, it's horrid. But and I don't know,
Is there a lot of like magic?
Do get to tons. Constantly.
That's what the stunts are.
Constantly.
Just shooting
Yeah,
fire and
it's
shit.
just like there's a lot of time travel shit, and the effects there are really cool. The Dementors are really cool. Like it is a great fucking time, but do not read it. There's no reason to read.
I
script.
genuinely was not. I want to see the fuck out of a stunt show. I love those in theme parks and stuff.
It's great. Like to watch and to be there, you don't lose it for a second. And also, like a lot, the like lines are fucking horrible, but the actors are doing. And like Harry Potter's a dick dad who's like been famous for a really long time,
Really?
and like doesn't understand his son, who's like, "It's not my fault. I'm your fucking son, Harry Potter. I hate you." And he makes friends with Draco Malfoy's son, and then Harry and Draco get to bond over being shitty dads.
Obligatory reference to Varsity Blues in every episode.
Totally, man.
Is it? I don't
It
want
is
your laugh.
100%. He's like, I know Harry Potter, like Hogwarts was great for you because you lived under some fucking stairs, but like, you know, I didn't.
Yeah. He's like, I'm a rich wizard's son. This is garbage. Yeah.
And like, yeah, I don't know.
I enjoy. I want to see I at least want to see the
It
effects.
works and it's a lot of fun to go see. Like, if you're in New York, go see it. It's great if you're a fan, but like, yeah, don't read it. It's they say bad things.
Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Master of the Wand, AJ Thompson.
Master of the Wand.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like titles.
The wand chose him.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. AJ.
So what is the name? Because you guys keep talking. Is it the Cursed Child? Is that the
The
name
Cursed
of the thing?
Child. Harry Potter and the
Cursed
Cursed
Child.
Child.
Harry Potter and the Harry Potter and the I Don't Want Your Life. I really want that to be the name.
Honestly, that sounds. You guys might not
Yeah,
like
dude.
it, but it
Hogwarts
sounds like
Blues.
a fun. It
100%.
sounds like a very fun thing to watch.
Oh, it's fucking
Just
great.
Harry crumble as a person.
Yeah.
I just like watching institutions fall. That's what I like to do. So
I
don't want to fucking
You're
blow
an underdog.
anything up too bad, but he wins, dude.
Harry Potter always wins.
So
Yeah,
he
give me
white
a break.
privileges his life.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
fine.
Of
He's
course he does.
Harry.
The answer,
It's
it turns
fine.
out, AJ, is love and friendship the whole time.
Fucking
the friends we made along the way.
He still has friends. This is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
dude. Same ones. Hermione is black as shit in it, though.
I've heard. I have
That's
heard that.
what a way to put that.
I knew what he meant. I hope.
I know.
shit.
Look, I know for a fact it caused.
Undeniably black.
It caused a rift in the fandoms of Harry
Yeah.
Potter because you know when you change an ethnicity, like when they
Motherfuckers are like, yeah, goblins can exist, but this lady can't fucking.
She's described as being tan with bushy dark hair.
That's
There's a
the
couple
last
other
10
things,
years
but-
of me hearing about
but the
Jesus.
point-
Goddamn.
yeah. But the point being is that there's wizards and magic. Like fuck off. It's
Yeah,
let
who
it be
cares,
whatever
dude?
it wants.
Like
Yeah. Also-
anybody is naming a white child Hermione. Anyway. but okay.
But it did cause a rift.
Ron, Harry, and Hermione. Yeah, sure.
There was but that's also the same shit that happened like in the
Hunger
Star
Games?
Wars Force Awakens trailer
Oh, yeah,
when they
that's
show the black stormtrooper people lost their minds.
It's just
I
know,
love that.
like there's a whole spell for what's the spell called when you can turn into anyone else?
Polyjuice potion.
Polyjuice potion, and then like mad at black people existing. Get the fuck out my face! I won't have it.
They're
I
not mad
won't.
at black people existing.
I won't even have it.
They're mad at them being important. That's the problem.
What is your level of involvement with Harry Potter?
So I was young enough for where I think the third book came out, and that's the first one I read, and I was like still in middle school. So
Did you get it? Like, what were you? Did you need to read the other two to understand what's going on, or were you like, I get it?
It was all right enough where I didn't have but because my cousin was like, oh, she was like a little bit younger than me. She was like, oh my god, this book is so great, you got to read it. And she's like a little nerd, and I was like, all right, let me read the book because I'm a nerd.
Always take nerd book references.
Yeah, so I took the book,
recommendations.
I read Prisoner of Azkaban, and I was like, yo, this shit is fire. So I went back and read the first and second one. I read the fourth one. I read the fifth one, and then I think that's where I stopped reading the books.
Because the movies came out or something like that?
Yeah, the movies at this point were like about 2 or 3 deep. So I started
Also,
watching
6
movies.
isn't that long, and the movie is like 2.5 hours. They pretty much knock 6 out. You're good.
Yeah.
So I never.
That might be my favorite one, I think.
Yeah.
Where it's like I love Empire Strikes Back because it's a super downer.
Yeah.
And then like that was the one where with Dolores Umbridge, right? With the
That's
Which-
5.
That's 5. Which
That's not-
where
no.
they make Dumbledore's army.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
6 is where they come back and they reestablish Quidditch, and it's all
Oh,
it's
right.
Snape's book.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's where Harry gets good
yeah.
at potions because he uses Snape's brain.
That's the
Yeah,
one.
I
I
didn't
like
read
that
that
one. I
one,
like that.
so
I
I
hate
yeah.
Dolores Umbridge. That
I mean,
that's
she's
like a
you're supposed
universal.
to hate her.
Yeah.
She shows up in the
Great
Cursed
opinion.
Child, and the whole room, like, she just walks up at the end of an act. It's like, I'm Dolores Umbridge, and 800 people are like, boo!
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get into? I'm dying to go to the wizarding world of Harry Potter.
I'm not that. I was interested in it when I was like right before I had like sex thoughts. I was like, okay.
The second you had,
and then I was like, oh, girls, and I stopped caring about
A
Harry Potter.
different wand has chosen
Yeah.
me.
one chooses the wizard, baby.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That was that's one of those things I fought so hard to not, because I played football and I was around non-nerdy people, but I've been a nerd since day one.
Yeah.
I just have I'm just a giant I just
Yeah, I know.
got drafted
Just
to
a
jock.
giant, man.
was
I
a
just got
small
drafted to be a
football
jock.
Hagrid's a
I get
gentle
it.
soul, but he has
Yeah.
to kick a lot of ass because he's big.
Well, the point being is that if I would have known that like nerds fuck other nerds, I wouldn't have tried so hard to not be a nerd. You know what I mean? Like I would have just embraced my nerdity.
Sure.
Could have banged your way right to the AV
But
club.
also, nobody thinks that they are the bottom level of anything, or not that nerds are the bottom, but like, no, you want what everybody else wants. You're the same
also,
stupid person as everybody else.
Also, when I was in high school, there was a very clear delineation of nerd and not cool and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That doesn't really exist now. Like you could be into anime and still be like cool or whatever. Yeah.
So I was like in that realm where we were just figuring out new shit. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm reading this Harry Potter shit, and then I was like, nah, but I want to have sex now. I don't care about like little kids books. But you could be nerdy and still like it was.
you could
It's
fuck
weird.
somebody dressed up like a wizard,
yeah,
man.
that's what I.
There are 2 people
It was
dressed
just-
up like wizards fucking right now somewhere.
It was
man.
just like
Absolutely.
an age thing at that point. Like I
Yeah.
had aged just
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah, like cosplays. I missed out on a bunch of like young 20s cosplay sex. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
I was busy trying to be cool. I shouldn't have.
Also, Cho. Cho is my most famous.
Cho,
Ravenclaw.
yeah.
I don't.
You know
I
sometimes
know Luna's fine, but like Cho was my
whatever the
famous
wizard version of
Ravenclaw.
Facebook, Harry's looking at what he missed out on, like Cho. See how Cho? Let me just see how she's doing.
Is that
Stupid.
just it's just the 2 badass chicks that are Ravenclaw, that like big Ravenclaws in the books, right? We're trying to
I mean,
pick
I don't
She's a
remember any
Ravenclaw,
of the
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
dudes.
That's like
Yeah, they
there's
didn't
your
really-
2 big famous Ravenclaws in the like series.
Honestly, who was a famous Hufflepuff? I don't even know.
Cedric Diggory.
Newt and Cedric.
I
yeah.
That's right. We haven't even talked about. We
Newt
haven't even talked about
Scamander.
Newt Scamander. What house? Oh, you want to do the question? Let's do
Yeah,
the
well, let's
question.
do the question.
Because you don't know what your house is.
No.
So if you could take any risk,
Yeah.
knowing it could be undone, what would it be?
I don't know. I guess I'd like rob a bank or something.
Rob a bank.
Pull off a heist.
Yeah, pull off a
Like
heist.
a comedic
I
heist or just like a stick up?
It's definitely a heist, but it's only because I've been playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So heist.
I'm gonna tell you. Oh man, this is interesting.
What would heist be?
Heist.
I'd say that's career, man.
I wouldn't say career because there's another option here. I just don't want to give away what the options are so
What's
that
the
you
other
know
one?
what they what are.
Okay.
But you are.
You make the call.
I'm a
Hat.
parcel tongue. Is that what you're about to say?
Look, I'm fitting this in. I'm trying to fit it to what the category is according to this dumb internet quiz.
Yeah, man.
Hufflepuff.
Oh, Hufflepuff is back. Robins, get the fuck out of here.
Hufflepuff, because you're doing a thing that your risk involves kind of pleasure, like a fulfilling like ways to,
I'll allow it.
because
Yeah,
it's
so-
like
I like
because
it.
robbing a bank. First of all, it's not going to get you as much money as you think. You're just doing it to like
wanna
for the
do it.
rush.
Yeah.
Because of the Red Dead Redemption thing, it turned me because
Yeah.
you're like, it's just fun. I want to rob a bank because it's fun.
Oh man,
I want to be
so
in a
many
Fast and the
banks.
Furious movie. This is awesome.
Yeah. What?
Wow.
Wait. So you would be? So you're Hufflepuff, baby.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. That's
like,
interesting.
Fucking
I would-
Badger, dude.
It just
Yeah,
made me
dude.
respect Hufflepuff so much more. They're sounding more like honey badgers now.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
what-
yeah.
There's your people.
Speaking of theater, there's a play called Puffs.
Yeah.
That's all about the Hufflepuffs go like it's like a concurrently happening to the main storyline of Harry Potter.
They're like real busy doing their own shit.
Yeah.
They're all fucking each other.
Just trying
while
not to
Harry's
get hit
being
by
see-
a fucking wampum tree or whatever it's called. It's like, oh shit.
Because you know, like if the Hufflepuffs, they're the ones that hang out by the kitchens and go eat and fuck. Like that seems
Yeah,
like
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, yeah, they didn't lose anybody. They wasn't getting killed out here in these streets with Avada Kedavras and whatnot. So that's
Yeah,
fair.
no, there was a straight up Cedric Diggory got murdered.
I mean, Cedric, yeah, but like, no, but he was out here trying to flirt with the main
Spoiler
character.
alert, these movies are a decade old.
trying to blow up Harry's spot.
He's out here flirting with these main characters. Stop talking to them, and you be all right. He would be fine.
Yeah.
Nobody cared about him, but that he was standing next to main characters.
Don't go in there. Don't go in that door.
So-
Cedric, get out of there.
You thought you could just be hanging out with the Tri-Wizards? Get the fuck out of here, Cedric. But anyway,
They gonna make
I
you
know.
fight a dragon, Cedric. Get out of there.
I do love the idea that they don't talk about the Hufflepuffs. They're just like hanging out, making friends with the house elves, eating
do
some
they
fucking.
even have any fun ghosts that anybody's afraid of?
Oh,
Or-
they had what was the friar, the fat friar?
Fat Friar, dude.
Yeah.
The fat friar.
That
You
guy
see what
was
I'm saying?
drunk and having a
Doesn't
good time.
ever have to talk to kids about death or hide a diadem.
Yeah.
He's just getting
Or is
wasted.
it
and
trying
be
to like
"Woo."
look at their dicks in the bathroom and nothing like?
Yo, that
Hufflepuff.
Moaning Myrtle scene where she's straight up looking at Harry Potter's dick. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That there he's in the bath and then she's
Yeah, I
like
remember.
looking down and he's like pulling the soap towards himself. That is uncomfortable. Because you know
They
that
pan over to the mermaid window and she's like, "Yeah, what up?"
yo.
Can't even hide your dick. She's like, I'm a ghost. I can go through you. What are you
I can
talking
see
about
it.
right
Yeah,
now?
you know the actress that plays that role is like 40 in the movie when
Yeah.
they filmed it. She's the oldest cast member of all the students. Huh?
Myrtle.
Moaning
is
Myrtle, the one
40?
that plays the ghost. She's like
Wow.
40 something.
She's
That's
in
a
a great
good actress
great
right
Doctor
there. I
Who
wouldn't even-
episode. She's one of those British actresses.
Yeah.
I
that's
thought
in
that was a
everything.
child till just now.
Yeah.
Well, she's all right. Let me put it this way: it's a world of magic, and she's a ghost, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah.
playing the
Ageless.
character of a teen dead ghost.
Yeah. I did not think she was. Okay, so what else?
What? Yeah.
I'm
What?
confused.
So, coming with What's your creek in the cave
Man,
house?
I clean up here like I'm goddamn Filch, man. So it don't even matter.
You're
Squib.
What? That begs the question: what house do you think Filch was in?
I mean,
Oh, so he doesn't.
He didn't go there.
He doesn't go
yeah,
there.
he
Oh,
didn't
that's
go
right.
there. But
Damn, man,
I-
you are Filch. Oh man.
But I guess I don't know. Whatever, it don't matter. I've
He
been in
hates
all
them all.
4 of them.
I think yeah. I think you're an administrator. You're one of the
Yeah.
teachers.
You
Yeah.
know where all the fucking secret passages are, man. Yeah.
Oh, for
Most
sure.
certainly.
yeah, the
Yeah,
cats
yeah.
serve you.
I have to, because I haven't seen the new
Yeah,
2
let's talk about the new
movies. The 2, the what do you call them? What's the name of them?
Fantastic Beats and Where to Fart on
Yeah,
them.
yeah, where to fart on them. Yeah. I haven't seen those, but I did read a little something about them, and I
Briefcase
was
full
like,
of
oh, okay.
monsters.
So it's just basically Dumbledore and his ex-boyfriend and his brother fighting over who killed their sister. Is that
Something happens.
Yep.
I'm
one
invested.
One of them killed Dumbledore's sister, and they're all sad about it. And Dumbledore used to fuck one of the dudes.
All the
Yeah,
Wizards are gay, part 2. Yeah.
But how about this?
and it didn't
They
even
get-
sound like it got nothing to do with the main character from the first one. I'm like, why is he even here?
Because I don't know. I'm gonna watch the movie. I'm gonna find out. I'm invested. I want to see what happens. I like the new ones. I don't like once the story like the story of Harry
I
Potter's
like the
done.
fat Italian
I don't need.
dude.
yeah.
I'm ready to see him get his brain back and know what's
and
up.
it's just
Yeah.
and the wand is the wand that what's his name used. I mean,
Oh yeah,
he who
the
has-
Grindelwald's got
he
the
who
fucking.
shall not be named.
Yeah.
he's
but it's
got
the same wand.
The
I'll
The
say the
Phoenix.
fucking
I
Voldemort.
wanted
don't
to
give a
say
shit.
Elder Wand.
The elder.
No,
it's the
there's some.
Phoenix.
I don't know how
I'm
they're gonna do
close.
it.
Or is it the elder
But
one?
either
Yeah, whichever
way,
one.
they made Jude Law Dumbledore because they were like, "What do we need in this world? A fuckable Dumbledore.
Yeah,
That's what
dude.
we need. We need a
The
hot
most
Dumbledore."
And I was
to
just like,
fuck
this
Johnny
is,
Depp.
this is wild.
Good.
How'd y'all kill your sister? What kind of argument happened that you was fighting with your ex-boyfriend and your brother and you killed your sister? What,
Wizard argument,
It
dude.
does sound like a Jerry Springer episode.
Yeah,
it does
it's
sound a lot
wild.
like.
I mean, there's a lot. There's only like fucking a couple hundred wizards. Like, there's not a lot of them.
Also, yeah, what's that about? So there's wizards in America. They got the schools in America. What kind of wizard in schools they got?
Yeah,
here?
they got. It's called Ilvermorny, and there's different houses. It's like a Thunderbird
Nerd.
which I am. Yeah, of course. I'm doing a fucking entire
that one.
podcast
I'm
about
a
this.
I
Thunderbird.
got a
one, yeah.
Ravenclaw scarf on, man. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm a Thunderbird.
Yeah, tell
That
me about
sounds fun.
tell me about Stephen King novels.
Yeah.
Are they named after like Native American things? What's going on with that?
One of them is the Thunderbird.
The coyote.
One of them is another magical thing. I can't remember, but I read the story of it, but I forgot what the names are. But like, they're different animals of the American side.
It just really, because I was like, I don't even want to get that deep in it, because then I'm gonna be like, well, so where are the African magics? What's
They got
going on
'em.
with that?
They must.
Where's the South American magics? What's going on in Australia? I need to know all
too.
about it.
Guys, you don't spend
JK?
enough time on Pottermore
You gotta
because
get on
there's
Pottermore.
totally. There's an African school that they have perfected the magic using magic without wands.
Dope.
So they don't use
snap.
wands. They got the internal magic.
But this is the only reason why I even
They
looked
got that
up.
black magic.
This is the only.
I'm shaking my head. No, I don't
We
want
already
that.
made that. We already made that wand joke,
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
was the only reason why I even looked up Dumbledore fucking his enemy is what because I found out that fucking
Did you Google that exact phrase?
yeah sometimes you just gotta hate fuck
Dumbledore, fuck your enemies.
no what happened was there was a book that came up and then I looked up the book and it was a book that J.K. Rowling wrote as under a different pen name.
oh yeah,
and
she wrote. She
Yeah,
writes
Robert
mystery-
Galbraith.
which is a good. The
And I was just like,
Cuckoo's
why?
Calling. I liked it. I liked
And
it
I
a
was
lot.
just like, so
I love that shit.
What the fuck is this about? And it sounds like it sells a lot of books. She's out here making good money again.
Yo, that lady's
Yeah,
got
'cause she's
a bazillion
hurting, man.
dollars.
She's
yeah.
good at
Yeah.
books.
Yeah.
More
So
money
good for
than
her.
the queen, dude.
AJ, thank you so much for being here and being filch around this fucking place.
Hey, goddamn right.
I can't. It's so funny. What would you like to?
With the cats. That's not a game. I got the cats upstairs right now. Filch with his cat. You know the one.
That's true. Yeah, you're like the yeah. What would you like to promote before you go?
You can follow me at AJ the Humorist on Instagram and Twitter. And I am coming out with a podcast that I'm calling Anchor Babies.
Yes,
if you
that's right.
if you know anybody that is an immigrant or a first generation child of an immigrant, send them to me. I'm trying to. No, I'm interviewing entertainers that
Yeah.
are doing things and are not from here, so we could talk about how terrible
Whatever,
Americans are.
Filch. We know
But
who-
it's called.
You know-
Yeah.
You're doing that
I'm
shit for
snitching. No,
the
it's
Homeland
Phil.
Security.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, come through, and it's gonna be a good one, and I'm gonna start releasing those soon. But have a good night, and yeah, bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, AJ Thompson. Thank you, Alex. Coming up next, our first witch of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, Elise Edwards. Yeah, get some
you.
witches up in this.
Fucking right.
Yeah, what is your level of involvement with Harry Potter?
You know, it's weird. My best friend was the first person. She and her entire family were reading Harry Potter books like when they first came out, and I was like, "Are you serious?" Like even her mom and everything. And then they told me a little bit about it, and I was like, "Well, I'm into witches," but she described like those cloaked, like scary
The
things.
Dementors.
Yeah, the Dementors. She and her younger sister described them to me, and I was like, nope, that's where I'm out. Like, so I never picked up a book, but I saw the first movie, like a preview, like a special preview. I just randomly ended up there at like the first night that it opened for
Of
the
the
first
first-
four films. I just like somehow was like gifted a ticket or a place like to see it with a bunch of fanatics.
Like a screener with the legit people dressed up in robes and shit.
Yeah, and we were just like living our best lives,
Yeah.
just watching it.
Do you? Are you excited for the new movies or anything like that? Do you? Is this your world or no?
I don't think that I've seen the last two Harry Potter films. No, I think I saw the last Harry Potter film, but I didn't see the second to last one. And
The first half of the second one.
Yeah,
it gets
exactly.
confusing.
Part one and
Exactly.
part
So wait,
two,
so
yeah.
what is so these are what are your witches in movies? Like what are your favorite witches and
In
wizards?
any movies or
Yeah,
Disney
yeah.
or
You say you're
Harry
into
Potter?
witches.
Hocus
like-
Pocus.
Are you talking about-
No, I fucks with Hocus Pocus hard,
sure.
so hard. I mean, I love it. I love the Harry Potter world, and I definitely love how I don't know who it was that was. I guess it was you that was talking about it being a who's who of British actors. Like, oh my god,
Yeah, yeah.
Alan Rickman, rest his soul. Emma Thompson, fucking love her.
Simon
Fucking-
Gruber.
Also, Jason Isaacs, who plays Lucius Malfoy, is
Yeah.
so fucking badass, and
Lucius
he
is- yeah.
is the fucking villain to end all villains, as far as I'm concerned.
He's
I have not, but he plays the fucking dude, like the colonel in the fucking Patriot. Oh, Lord,
yeah,
dude! Like,
yeah, that is
that
he's a
ended
great
it
actor
for me. He's like the most vicious.
He's also on. He was on the first season of Star Trek Discovery, which was, if you go listen back, there's a Zeros on Heroes episode about where I interviewed the entire cast of Star Trek Discovery. But he's one of the captains in season 1, and he does a great job because there's a whole big plot twist and there's like a war thing, and he's a badass man. He is very, very good. But yeah, I love that guy. Wasn't he also in?
The Patriot.
Yeah, the Patriot was about. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No, what's the other thing I'm thinking? It's not. It
He's
wasn't.
in a lot of shit.
Was it? He wasn't the one of the guys in Pirates of the Caribbean, right? No,
I don't think so.
he was in a sailing movie. He's in one of these sailing movies.
I stopped at Pirates of the Caribbean OG. That's
Yeah.
volume 1. I did not make it past that.
Yeah, that's the only good. The first one is the best one. Do you have? So have you ever been sorted into a house? Do you know what your house is?
That's a good
Let's
question.
do it right now. Let's do it.
Okay,
So if you could take any risk, knowing that you could undo it if it fails, what would you do?
that's so hard. I have no idea. I would.
You free reign. Go big or go home.
I don't know.
There's no the stakes could not be lower. We're in a basement in Queens where we're just talking about Harry Potter.
can
and shit.
I don't know. It
Murder.
would. Yeah, but it would probably be like love related.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it would probably be like, like give it all up for love situation.
Confess your love for someone or something.
Yeah, something
Ooh.
like that. Or not even confess, but just or I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It would be
Try to
something
go
love
in for
related.
a first kiss. Like what? Like what?
Ooh, that's tricky. Yeah, no. So it would involve like some sort of
But like
vulnerability that you could erase.
love and like power though at the same time.
Damn. Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Love and
I would
power.
I don't know. First, I'm like just bringing up like a real like Queen Elizabeth kind of like moment, like ascend, but like yeah.
Wait. So hold on. I don't know how
I
to.
don't know.
I don't know
I'm, like,
how to
doing a terrible
classify
job.
you now.
You know what? I would just fucking run naked into battle is what I would do. I would just fucking Joan of Arc that shit. I'd be like, guess what? God told me
What
to do
house
this.
is that?
I'm gonna
Mike,
fuck
make that
you up.
happen.
Yo, I am
Run
struggling.
naked into
So
battle, please.
I have to incorporate love.
Sure.
Confessing love.
But
Power.
Well,
Hold up. Power. And then running naked into battle?
Yeah.
Lord. Oh, what are you, Dumbledore? What's going to happen? Which one are you? Damn. What were you going to say?
Well, I was gonna say we can just like scratch the love thing. I just feel like
Just running naked into
higher
battle.
power and like throwing myself into the fire for it. Like fucking like going headlong into battle for it. That can be for love, that can be for a country, that can be for an ideology. You would just be like, "Yep, got the message. We're doing this."
Would you say?
Well, once you find out what running naked
To
into
me,
battle
that's like a
is also.
Ravenclaw situation. But see, this is how I feel. I feel like if I wanted to like be my best self, if I like really like worked at being my best self, I'd be a Ravenclaw. And if I wanted to just like fall, like just rest on my laurels, but like just be in my like most powerful self,
Okay.
I'd be naturally a Slytherin.
Oh.
Like I'd be like, okay, dark arts, know that shit. I get that. I know that.
I wanted to be a Ravenclaw too, but sometimes you end up with Hufflepuff. So let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what you
Yeah.
have.
Wait. So you're saying which one is the? If you're
Naked into battle, Mike. That's the one.
I would say because I'm trying to fit into the requirements. I don't want to tell you what the requirements are, but it does sound like Slytherin. It sounds like
Yeah.
it sounds. I'm not gonna lie. Sounds a little selfish.
Yeah.
It sounds
Whatever.
a little for trying to be your like the quote be your best self. That's it. That's what that means.
Yeah.
So
That's
you're
fair.
gonna be Slytherin. You have.
I feel very like that's like my natural mode. Like that's my standard mode of operation. You know, it's like familiar, and yet at the same time, like I feel like I have more above board like I'm thinking of it in like an
Not all
astrological.
Slytherins are bad. Not all.
No, that's what I'm
Slytherins are
saying.
bad.
Like it's like okay, so like Slytherin's a very scorpionic,
Far
a
as I
very
know,
a
only
very
Scorp-
plutonic energy.
Oh, that's right. Because you have your Orbits
Astrology,
podcast. That's all
yeah.
about astrology.
Exactly. So like it's the underworld. It's Hades. Okay, Slytherin's power is like because it like lives in the place where angels fear to tread. So the other three houses are like all above ground. So that means that like already these people
So
already
you're
have a
saying-
wealth of knowledge that other people don't have.
Because you're from the bowels of hell. Right.
Exactly.
We get it. Sure. Nailed it.
So I've
Nailed it.
been there
Yeah.
and I've lived there and I've like, almost like, listen,
You know,
you
it
don't know
only
what the
feels
fuck's
like-
in my cauldron.
It only
bitch.
feels like the fucking the 3 kids that are shitty were shitty Slytherins, and then their fucking baby boomer parents were shitty.
But think about
yeah,
Alan
yeah.
Rickman.
It's
What-
Slytherins. I don't know much
Slytherin.
about
What's his
them.
name? What's
They're
his name?
baby boomer children.
Snape.
Snape was a Slytherin. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But like, you find out that he's good, right?
He's not all good. That's the whole thing. Because in the
He's not all good, but he's not all bad.
like
Well-
in the stuff that came out, like when you read the books,
What was Tom Marvel? What was he? He was
He was a-
Gryffindor, right?
I think he was Slytherin. But
He was Slytherin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the whole point of it is that like
He was
even
spicy. Yeah, you're
Harry
right, you're right.
wasn't like if you read the books, Harry's
No
not
one's all
good.
good. No one's
Yeah.
all good,
Yeah,
and no
but
one's all bad.
He's part parcel tongue man. You know.
Yeah, but he's
I won't say his name.
Yeah.
You won't? Oh my god, you are.
Like, let me
but
call him
but like
anything else.
even like everybody had their flaws, so you could like that was the whole thing about the big thing in the book that I think was lost in the movies was that not everybody was good. Like not everybody is redeemed. Some people are just shitty. Some people are dumb. Some people,
Yeah.
like everyone has their part to play, but not everybody is like the hero. Not everybody is evil. 100%.
Dobby's popping though. I fuck with Dobby.
Yeah, motherfucking Dobby.
man.
I will say that I remember watching was it the Goblet of Fire, and I remember, but this is like before Robert Pattinson was a thing.
Yeah, that was.
But I
always-
remember being like, where did they find Cedric, and are there more like him?
Yeah.
Like, and we're
and
gonna be finding
Hufflepuff.
him.
I may change. I may.
I cried so hard when Cedric died.
Yeah.
Like that was like I loved, like I don't know, there was
I'm saying
something
he
very
fucking around trying to hang out with main characters. Cut it out, Cedric. Don't do it to yourself.
No, but I felt he did it like it was so good, and obviously I hadn't read the books, so like, and that's like when it became dark. That's when it became like from a kid's story, you
Yeah.
know.
He straight
to
up watches
this
somebody
is
die.
like there's
The fifth
real
book? Yeah.
mortal circumstances
The
here.
fifth book went
And
real
we-
dark,
And we just lost our hero. I mean,
Yeah.
we know that Harry Potter's our hero throughout the entire series,
Right.
but we just lost the hero that the hero of the series idolized. You know,
that in the book it's also super solid because they talk about like because his dad is there, like his dad, like his dad, my boy. Yeah, it's fucking brutal. What is your Creek in the Cave house?
oh man,
Are
again,
you a PBR? Are you a?
I feel like I'm in
Honestly,
between
you
the
can make
people.
the owl weed. You can make it.
Ooh, the
yeah.
owl is weed.
If an
The
owl
owl
gets
is
to be
totally the
weed, then
potheads.
I'm that. I'm the
Yeah.
owl. But I was thinking when I was in the audience, I was thinking,
That is good.
yeah,
I know.
Perfect.
okay.
With the eyes.
All right, you know what? We'll just do that. I'll just do the owl.
Wait,
but
what were
I
you
was
gonna say?
I was thinking because like the cats kind of reminded me of Slytherin, and
Yeah.
the PBR kind of reminded me. To me, it reminded me of Hufflepuff. I don't know why, but I was
fair
kind of
enough.
like I don't know. I was like I feel like in between like the cat and the PBR. But now that we know that the owl is weed, well,
Yeah.
it's a no brainer.
Super solid. I love that
So
we've
says
created.
Filch.
Elise, is there anything you'd like to promote before you go?
Yes, of course. Orbits Podcast. You can find it on all the platforms, iTunes and whatever Spotify, and you can go to orbitspodcast.blueberry.net to find it on literally all the platforms. There's like 6 platforms I've never even fucking heard of.
And
that
on
we're
Twitter at Orbits, right?
Yeah, we're at Orbits
Podcast.
Podcast on Twitter. I'm at Elise Anamkara. It's easier to just go to EliseWalkerEdwards.com to find all of my things. I don't know. I have a show coming up soon. Completely can't remember what it is, but I have one on December 7th. I'll be at Karma on Coast to Coast.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Elise Edwards, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Elise
Thank
Edwards.
you.
Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, this guy's got a wizardly name. Give it up for Ed Harmon, the fourth master of beasts. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Was that
Hey, Ed.
also written on there?
How's it going?
Was that also written on there? Or did you just like? Was that a
No,
tag?
it's on there,
You're
the
our
fourth.
first. You're our first witch of the evening. I didn't know. I couldn't think of anything else to give you. But then Master of Wands, and then Gamekeeper. We'll give you. Make
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
You're the
for
animal. You're the Hagrid.
Oh, I'll take it. Hagrid's my boy. I like that he like animals, just like a soft guy. You
I
know?
love that. I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you. I am probably out of everyone in the room the most Hagrid-like, just on sheer
In
size alone.
appearance and
Yeah, yeah.
vibe.
Yeah,
Generally,
fine.
yeah.
I do feel like Hagrid was the person I identified with the most.
yeah.
Everyone was talking about like Harry, Hermione, or
Yeah,
Ron,
yeah.
and I was always like, man, Hagrid's pretty cool. You know?
Yeah. No, actually, I definitely identify with Hagrid too, because in the third movie where he's like skipping rocks, he's skipping those giant like plate size. I can skip a mean rock. Like I grew up in
Really?
like a little mountain town with a pond, and like I have such a fucking huge forearm from just skipping rocks because you're bored and nothing else to do.
Is
So
that
Where
what
are you
it's
from?
just upstate
Oh,
New York, like
I love- yeah.
Hudson River, Hudson Valley, yeah, right outside of West Point. So
Not much to do, so you skip rocks.
just fucking skip rocks.
Did
yeah.
you know that there is actually a rock skipping tournament or contest?
Where is that?
I don't know, but like I saw
give me
it.
the deets, man.
Yo,
Yeah.
do they play Quidditch along the East River? You know that, right?
Yeah, there's
Oh
Quidditch.
yeah, but those are like the worst kids, though. I don't know, like I don't
Those
know.
Quidditch players, I'm always like, okay,
I mean, they
come
can't
on. I mean,
fly,
yeah.
but everything else
Yeah.
they are extra
I
committed
do like
to.
the idea that one guy's just the snitch and just like runs around
Yes.
like campus. I do like the idea of like being like it's a college thing, like ultimate frisbee, whatever. Like being the snitch and just like being in a closed campus and just running, hiding somewhere. It's just it's just like one big game of hide and seek with one guy and like 5 people just all like looking for him. I like that idea. That's really cool.
That does sound. There's a lot of stuff that we used to like games we used to play that as a kid where I'm like I would love to play it as an adult. Like I used to love playing Manhunt.
Fuck yeah!
That
yeah.
you would do
that
like-
was like
Yeah,
that was like
capture the
7th
flag.
grade. Like you were cool if you were invited to Manhunt. Like I know,
Yes,
like you,
yeah,
like you
yeah.
had like you had people in your neighborhood, but like if you were in like if you went to like the Manhunt party, like that was like the cool thing. Like you go to the Mexican restaurant and play Manhunt after it and just like hang out.
Yeah.
It's really just a way to like hang out with girls.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah,
There was
yeah.
it was just like a social club.
Exactly.
And,
yeah.
like as an adult now, like last weekend, I went to go play football with some comedians in the
shit.
park and all that stuff. And then it just so happened that it was a really cold day, and then like there was a flag football league game happening there that
Yeah.
one of the teams didn't show up. They're like, "Hey, we'll play with you
Yeah, fuck
guys."
yeah, we'll play. Yeah.
They took it so fucking serious. They were legit calling plays. I was like, well, "This
Yeah.
is fucking pickup football with comedians."
Yeah, yeah.
That as an adult, like there's dodgeball leagues and kickball
Oh,
leagues.
yeah.
Like I just want to play. I don't want to be like the high. I guess that is the Hagrid in me. I'm not. I'm not that competitive. I'm just like,
I did.
let's all have a good time.
I did crew in high school, like rowing and stuff,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
like we'd be there in like the early morning, late afternoon, whatever. And it was West Point, so like these cadets, like military people, would come down. And these like guys were gonna play 3-on-3, like ultimate frisbee. We were all just fucking around after practice or whatever, and we played 6-on-6, like high schoolers against these people who are gonna go like lead killers, and like
It's-
it was,
it's fascinating.
and
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
And we went so hard. Honestly, I've never sweat more in my life, but it was like invigorating
Yeah,
to
like,
just like play against these like super like
Hyper-competitive,
on guys.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That Harry Potter though, I do want to get into this.
No, you know, I
I've
do feel-
seen every movie.
Really?
Oh, believe it or not,
Yeah,
every
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah. No, but I've read none of the books.
Okay.
Because and this is like I was thinking about this. My stepdad like didn't want me reading them because he's like No, like magic is like
From the
darkness.
devil?
It's like
Yeah.
darkness. Yeah. Recently, within the last like
So
2
dumb.
years, he wrote me a letter and mailed it to me to like come out as a fundamentalist Christian to me. Like
Whoa,
really
okay.
nuts shit. Really
Way
nuts
scarier
shit.
than
Way
magic.
scarier.
Way scarier
yeah.
than magic.
Like literal interpretation of the Bible shit. And I'm like, you really like kept that from me. Like, good job. Like, you didn't make me fucked up by like telling me this was the thing to do, you know?
Yeah.
But
I 100% believe that you get more fucked up by thinking
thinking there is a devil that like will happen if you do magic cards. Like if you do like card
if
tricks.
you play like I went to a very religious school. I went to a very like a non-denominational Christian school, which it was a tax haven. The whole point of it
I went to a
was
Jesuit university, so I've got the fucking
And
exorcist of
that
my school,
to me is because then that's like as I got older, that's like you thinking. Patton Oswalt has a joke about it where he's like, that's like you thinking Lord of the Rings is real. You know what I mean? Like, that's like you believing this book believing Harry Potter so hard that you think that Dementors will come get you.
Oh yeah. Well, no, the best part though is like he didn't want me reading it. But then I just go to my dad's house on the weekend and we see every fucking movie. Like, like, and then you can't even escape it. Like the constant reruns, like blow your brains out reruns on like Christmas time on fucking
Family Channel.
ABC Family, now known as Freeform, January 26th, on Sci-Fi. Yeah, that's so crazy to me. Well, I was thinking about this. I've really been thinking about it recently because the new Sabrina came out, like the terrifying adventures of Sabrina. Yeah,
talk about witches. Did you just do the snaps?
Yeah, I love. Because as a kid, I was like. I would just watch like reruns on like WB or whatever of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and she was like probably Melissa Joan Hart, probably like my first real like crush on TV was fucking
I know, but she's Clarissa.
See, I'm
explains
too
it all
young for
forever
Clarissa.
for me.
I saw that on like the N, but yeah. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, loves Sebastian.
Wait,
and all
I
that.
gotta find out. Are you like too young to know what Clarissa explains?
Oh
it
no,
all
I've
is?
seen it because.
But you didn't grow up with it.
I didn't grow up with it. No,
Yeah,
you know,
that's like
you know, Noggin / the N. Yeah. You know that. Yeah. So they'd play that like to start the N sometimes, just like Clarissa explains it all, or like Nick Gass would have it sometimes. I don't know why.
What?
The Nick games and sports.
Oh
like, yeah.
The thing about like the new Sabrina show is that there's real Satanists out there
who are like, this is not real. Like, or
Right.
no, yeah.
The satanic religion, the Satanism is basically just a fuck you to Christianity in terms of like, well, if you want your religion in politics and in like the 10 Commandments on a government building, they put up a fucking statue of Baphomet in a government building.
You're
and
saying
they're like,
it's
sorry,
just like
had to do it.
literally, it's like just them like being like ironic about it. Like that's is that like
trolling
true?
the church?
Yeah.
But because there's
Like the devil did, like the devil was just like trolling God.
They're like, oh, if you get, because it's all smoke and mirrors and all that stuff. It's all manipulation, right?
Manipulation, yeah.
So when you literally, especially in Florida, we got to bring up Florida in every episode too.
Yeah.
In Tampa, there was like a government, like a city hall or town hall meeting of the city, and then there was a guy who wanted to leave because they opened every session with a prayer.
Yeah.
And the Satanic Church was like, let us do one. You have to let us do one. And the Christians showed up en masse and were chanting crazy, like the difference being that the satanic guy knows that it's a joke, and everyone else is super serious, thinking that them yelling words at this person is going to take a demon out of him or something.
And
They don't think it's a joke at all.
No, yeah. Well,
That's
the best part of that,
fundamentally dangerous.
yeah,
you know?
the best part of that is my stepdad lives in Fort Lauderdale now, so he's just like
of
writing the
course.
shit. He's writing
all the crazy
like,
funnels down into
oh
Florida.
yeah, all the crazy funnels. But then like Sabrina, back to Sabrina on Netflix, like. They are just like full bore, like this is the devil,
Praise Satan.
like praise Satan, sign your book, sign your name in the book of the Dark Lord. And just last night, American Horror Story ended this season. It's all about the season. The season is all about. You haven't watched any of the season?
I watched the first 4 episodes.
It's called Apocalypse. So. There's just some demonic shit in there, There's witches and all that stuff, That's all I'm gonna say, just to appease your spoiler there. But I'm like, damn, like the devil is making a comeback,
Yeah.
like in like a
Devil's
big
kicking
way,
ass.
like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
blockbuster kind of way.
That was like, I play Dungeons and Dragons now, and
Yeah.
I love it, and I got into it. But I was also like growing up in the time of this. They called it the Satanic Panic, where they like because some kid murdered somebody, and the kid just happened to play Dungeons. Like he was one of these obsessed kids that's now
Right.
shooting up a fucking school or whatever.
Yeah.
he killed someone because he played, and he also played Dungeons and
right
Dragons.
correlation, not
Yeah.
causation.
And then so
type
people
thing.
are like, yeah, it's like it's horror, like it's from the devil. And I'm like, I'm pretending to be a gnome monk. Like what the fuck? Come on, like I can't. I'm a elf barbarian. Like who gives a shit?
A gnome monk sounds very non-threatening. You're right.
Yeah,
both. Like you're both like small and non-threatening, and
also-
a monk, and have
also-
devoted
Full of peace.
yourself.
But
yeah.
guess what? I can't. It's just a game. It's just fucking play.
In terms of that, like that city hall situation, I really feel like we should acknowledge how powerful. We're all energy here, so I
Yes,
feel
yes.
like
Yeah,
I
you're
feel
right.
like I feel like these satanic people just being like, you know what, this doesn't even matter. They're like creating an energy vacuum.
No,
that
they
could
push
be-
for science and logic. They push for.
Oh, so they're Ben Shapiro.
But so
Ben
it's
Shapiro.
like devoid of faith, which is
Owned with
also
facts and
super
logic.
scary. You don't want to be devoid of faith.
You don't want to be devoid of.
You don't want to be devoid
morality.
of magic, especially when you're a
morality,
fucking
yeah.
Harry Potter themed
I know, but
podcast
this is.
right
But that's
now.
the whole thing of like, like it's fun. Like because
it's fun to pretend.
It's fun because we're pretending. Not like there's an element of faith that is not fun. Where like if you are not, they're not pretending. Like that's the whole. They're believing instead of pretending. And then I'll be honest with you, most of them are pretending. The ones that are in power anyway. Well, that's not the point.
Oh yeah,
That's not the point of. That's not the point of this podcast. And here's where I compare Dumbledore to the Pope. Here we go. Yeah.
Jude Law plays both of them.
Jude
He's the
Law
young
does play
Pope
both of
and
them.
young Dumbledore. Hell yeah.
We brought it together.
Hell yeah.
Fuckable
I
Dumbledore,
would
fuckable
fuckable
Pope.
Pope.
We
Fuck
got
the
it.
shit
Lenny
out of that.
Milano. Yeah.
And then he sings that Italian song with Matt Damon.
Oh, yeah.
Nailed
Yeah.
it. The
Exactly,
talented
yeah.
Mr. Ripley pull. Bam.
Okay, but
Oh.
what house is he?
Who? Dumbledore?
No.
Oh,
He,
yeah. Okay.
He.
What risk would
I
you
am
take?
he. So I was thinking about it. Honestly, I wouldn't do like a walk into a bank crime. I'd more want to do like a cyber crime. Like I'd want to either do like an Edward Snowden, release a bunch of private government documents
Ooh.
or something. Without or just steal a bunch of money from like really rich people, but via the internet, not like in person.
So-
'cause I'm a coward.
So there's a bit. Oh, because you admit cowardice. Cowardice.
I
okay.
wouldn't, I think I'd be shaken too much to go up to some
So would you
poor
say
guy.
your risk makes you vulnerable?
Risk makes me vulnerable. I'll say that. Yeah.
Brother, you're a Ravenclaw.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
want to make yourself vulnerable.
I never really identify because I never had that deep logic of the books of because they really don't go too much into it in
yeah.
the movies. They're like, oh, these are just these people in these houses. They don't tell you really
The books
what
get way into it.
Yeah,
the
so
books get
I'm
way
just
into it.
missing that whole base of knowledge. But I did date a girl who was way too obsessed with Harry Potter and
Yes.
would rib me for not reading them. But at a point, it would be like, no, fuck you, I'm not reading this book.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But she and her friend would compile old copies of the original print of the first few books, so they could give them to their kids and other people's kids as gifts.
But
They
that's-
had. I'm like, you're 20, right now, you plan on carrying 25 copies of the first Harry Potter with you everywhere you move. I don't know. It just seemed like a lot of dedication,
dead
a lot of
ass.
move on their child's books.
Hey, some people collect Harry Potter. Some people are Satanists praying in
Hey,
front of a
yeah, you know what?
government
Everyone
official.
has their kicks. Everyone needs to have a hobby. So
Everybody's got their thing. What is your Creek in the Cave house?
I
Are
was thinking
you
about this too.
PBR, the drunk, the pinball, which I'm not sure. How do we
So
define
let
pinball?
me. I'm going to define it right now. I think I am.
Yahoo,
I'm-
itinerant Yahoos is how I would describe
really?
pinball. Pinball.
I've got that deep inside me, so it's definitely there. No, I'm thinking glad to be here. Those pinball machines are just happy to have a go around,
Yeah,
I'm just glad to be up on stage, just saying my piece, getting my bits out there. So it's just a lot
The
of fun.
the laid back, like we're all having a good time.
We're all having a good time, I
not
can be
that
flashy
serious.
occasionally, make a lot of noise.
I still don't feel like you've identified a house, sir.
I said pinball. I
He's
said
pinball. No,
I
he's straight
literally
up
said
pinball?
that is
All
who
right.
I
Straight up
am.
pinball.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I'd say if I had to, if it was like a kind of sorting hat, like like really had to think about it. I don't know. I think I'd go for the cat too. Big cat fan. Definitely
Yeah.
sneaky.
Oh, yeah?
Like you have to know how to. You don't have to know how to approach me for me to like warm up to you. Like people come
yeah.
at cats.
Interesting,
and, yeah,
interesting.
So
And
people
like
are
you
just-
still have like an 80% chance of just like walking away.
yeah, exactly.
So so you're somewhere between pinball and cat.
somewhere between there. Yeah. I'll be
I
there.
want that taken out of context.
Yeah.
You're somewhere between a pinball and cat.
Yeah. So that's great.
Ed, is there anything you'd like to promote before you slide on over to be guest host?
So I'm on Twitter at @ed_IV. It's very short. I'm on Instagram, Ed Harmon the Fourth. That's 2 A's, 2 N's, HAARMANN. And I do like a little travel Instagram. So let's hope Ed doesn't die. That's the handle at let's hope Ed doesn't die. That's all I got.
Let's
So,
hope that doesn't die.
Let's hope Ed doesn't die.
Ed doesn't die. Oh, hell yeah.
So, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for
die,
Ed Harmon the
Thank you very much.
Fourth. Coming up next, Keeper of Keys, or what are we going to call you? The storyteller, the keeper of lore at the Cricket the Cave. What had happened was Eric and Edia.
You're sitting here.
Yeah. Hey, you don't got keys. You got the story. You got the what had happened
Got
was.
the D-ring.
I'm sad that AJ left because I was gonna give him my soggy sock just so he can be free.
No, well, that's funny. Do you?
But in a book.
New York
like
is
in
a
book
little
still.
swampy right now.
Yeah. Do you? What is your level of involvement with the Harry Potters?
I read up to the Phoenix book, maybe halfway,
Okay,
and then those books got a little
They were
too
a
thick
little
for me
too
to
thick.
want to carry around.
a bit of an
Not
investment.
read, but just carry around.
I
Backpack.
read them all only after moving to New York 5 years ago because I suddenly had a 45-minute subway
You're
commute.
on the train, the guy with the giant
and I was
hardwood,
like,
man.
oh, I can read. I read so many books.
I can read.
Yeah. Because I come from a car town, like where I'm driving all the time. I can't read. I do audio. I was doing podcasts and audiobooks and stuff, but like I could sit there and read the legit. It was a very exciting discovery.
Yeah, that's why.
for
Like
me.
I started early, so by the time the fifth one came out and the books got so like Nook wasn't a thing yet, so I
Right.
couldn't like ease my commute. I had to carry that shit or stop.
And nowadays, like it used to, like whenever you're reading a hardcover book, someone will ask you, "Oh, what are you reading?" And then it's
You
like,
got to take the sleeve off. You're just like walking around with like you take the sleeve off on the train.
Yeah, you're
you
a
don't be carrying
savage if
that
you bring your
around.
sleeve on
Yeah,
the subway, man.
"What do you mean?
that's
You mean
so
like so
much.
that it can't be identified?"
No, that's
Just it's gonna ruin the sleeve. You're just
Oh,
carrying
yeah,
it
for
around all around with you.
Well, but
my mom, like real talk, super side note. My mom used to read the Kama Sutra on the train. She made her own little jacket to cover up. Yeah. All right, let's get back to the story.
that's
Go
like a
ahead.
50 Shades of Grey.
yeah,
Someone's
it's like do you, but like be aware.
like when you got a comic book and a textbook, and you're like doing that classic move.
Yeah, my mom was ahead of the game.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
She knew what she was
Also, reading the Kama Sutra in public, bold
Hey.
move.
if you want to look over my shoulder, that's on
But
you.
no, because like the one time I don't want people interrupting me is when I got my headphones in or if I'm reading a book. And that's the one time that everybody's like, "Oh, you like that book? Is it good?" It's like, Jesus. Yeah.
That's the
Try
worst
to
part
read.
is seeing someone reading a book that you read that you really like and wanting to tell them that you like it. But like,
No,
how
don't
do you
be that
approach
dude.
a random
Yeah, yeah.
person?
Let me
you
get that
know?
on my own.
Yeah.
I remember there was this, the only time it's ever been useful was when, or not useful, but like I welcomed it was all of a sudden I hear someone who's like, "Oh, I've read that book. It's very good." And I look up and I'm angry. I was very like, "What?" Yeah, it is very good. You interrupted me. And it was like this beautiful woman, just like, she looked like an angel, just like perfect
That was her
appearance.
in.
And then I was like, "Oh, really?" It's like, "Oh, yeah." Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yes. All right. Cool.
I
Yeah,
no
book-
longer need to read
book
this book right now.
closed. And she's like, "Oh, it's great. You'll love it." He's like, "Do you like?" It was like a spy book, a thing like that.
okay.
And she's like,
Spy versus spy.
or some. It was. I don't remember the title. It was whatever. And she's like, "Oh, you'll love it." And then I looked down, and then the train was packed, and then all of a sudden we got into the stop, and then I look down and I look up, and she's walking off the train, and I'm like, no.
You missed that shot. Opportunity,
Speaking of thick
man.
book, I read like the Goldfinch. It's like 770 pages and all that.
I never heard of it.
And I saw someone. It won like the Pulitzer Prize a few years ago, but
Yeah, still- that doesn't.
Yeah,
that's
Eric's
still
out. I'm out.
never-
Whatever.
It's like, whatever.
It's really good. But I saw someone reading it, and they're like, this much, the 200 pages in, and I'm like, oh, where are you at? Like, what are you up to? And then she's like, oh, I'm at this part. I'm like, oh man, you have a long way to go. Like,
do you
just all
remember
the
that
crazy shit
feeling
that
when
goes
like
on.
you first started reading like super thick books, and then like you were almost at the thin part of like I'm finished?
Yes,
That super excitement, like I'm gonna fucking whale through this shit right now. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's what I like when you do the ebook stuff, that you can like, it'll show you your progress. I like if you use the Kindle app or whatever, it tells you how much time is left, and you're like, I could go without a couple hours of sleep. Yeah, sure, I'm almost done. Yeah. So wait, go. Let's go back to Harry Potter. So you read the books. Did you see? Did you see the movies?
Yes, I saw up to about the same. Like oddly enough, I'm getting back into it though because I just recently bought my daughter the entire set.
Okay.
Like she asked
Yes.
for it for her birthday, and that was her
The
gift.
movies or the books?
Books.
Okay.
Yeah, we're starting with the legit shit. She could fill in all the fluffy butter shit.
See, I did it backwards. I went through and I had seen the movies all already. Like, and I would watch a movie, the first one, and then I would go back and read the book. Like it was like director's cut. Like where
Right,
I
you
had a
got all the
visual
filler.
and all that stuff, and then I'd read the book and just get like the more detail, the
Yeah.
backstory, the
I
featurettes.
was always like read the book first because I want to create my own, and then be like once I see the movie, then it's like, oh, it either blows my mind because it's way beyond what I thought, or just be like, oh, I had you on. What
But
I
it's
thought.
always the reverse of that happens. The movie is never as good as good, quote unquote, as the book. Oh, Ready Player One was one that did that to me. I like the book. It has its problems, but I really love that book. And then I saw the movie and it was bad, and people again lost their minds online about they changed this and they changed that.
Imaginations are beautiful.
You mean like creating the characters? Like you have all their
Yeah, I
faces
wanna create
and
my
tone,
own first, and then
all that
like
stuff.
I'll see what you got.
Yeah,
You know?
What is your house?
Ooh, I don't know. I just don't want to be a Slytherin because I hear so much negativity coming out of that house. But also because I don't want it to be like a, oh, you speak that Castilian Spanish thing, you know?
Yeah, you speak that wrong Spanish.
La casa de las, you know, like that would be my parcel
Right,
tongue would be
right.
more
Throwing
Castilian
that
Spanish.
theta out there. Would be the risk that you would take?
I would start taking risks.
Oh, just start from right now.
Yeah, I'm not a big risk taker. I have to overthink things.
For
a
the
little too
sake
much.
of this quiz, name a fucking risk, please.
I
We just
will-
need
all
something.
right.
What
For
would
you,
you do?
Mike,
Like cross on
What's
stop.
a risk for you?
I would act appropriately for the moment given a situation. If I had to smack you in the face, no, if I had to smack somebody because the moment merited it, I would, even though it's inappropriate.
No, this is that's
It's
not what the
risky
question.
nowadays.
But that's not what the question is. I'm trying to
See what I meant by overthinking it?
Yeah.
I told you I overthought shit.
The question is one big risk. What
Yeah, I'd probably steal some shit.
so you would steal?
Yeah.
What like we already had rob a bank. What would you like how would it benefit you? Like you just have more money, but like for what end?
Can I move into somebody's house without them knowing? And then make it my own and then just like
You wanna
be
steal
eyes
It's
the
like
on
a
it.
house?
reverse Harry Potter. Like he wants to live under the stairs. Yeah.
It's like mine now.
Yo, for real. Look up. There's a video of this guy. I think he lived in China or somewhere that he literally set up a hidden camera because he thought his house was haunted, and it turns out there was a fucking lady living in a crawl space
What?
in his house.
That's me.
There was also the dude in the Waffle House.
Living in the Waffle House?
He was living in the ceiling of a Waffle House.
That's legit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, so you would steal a house? How the fuck does this fit? Okay, all right,
Yeah,
hold on.
let's
Okay.
see where that goes.
Okay, stealing a house.
Seems
Yeah, that's on
parasitic.
you. Yo, are we ever gonna name these houses the Creek houses? Are
We
gonna
have
name
them. Oh.
We gotta name them. Like the. All right, so I got.
Fucking comedians.
Let's name it. Let's name them after
The
comedians.
Owl House could be called the Hootie Hoos.
No,
right?
no.
I'm
You're
just
missing
throwing
the
out
point.
ideas.
You're
I'm just
missing the
throwing out
whole
ideas.
thing.
Very literal to
No, exactly. I'm just throwing out ideas.
No, you gotta
We're
name.
workshopping, guys.
Yeah, but that's
The pinball house could be the pating-patings.
look. Every choice that you're making, everything is accepted here. Every suggestion is accepted here.
Mike wants
but
to
those
choke
are
me
wrong. No, we are not accepting those at all. They have to be named after. Like Hufflepuff was a lady. You know, like Gryffindor was a guy.
Okay, I don't know that many people here.
No, but
I can associate to
so
the thing.
for sure, I think the weed one should be the Hedbergs.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think the
Hedberg,
weed should be the
Hedberg.
Hedbergs.
Yeah.
The owls are weed.
Yeah.
The owls are the weed comics. I think.
Cats are Mark Maron.
We could call him
He's
the
not dead
Guilds.
though. Cats are Mark Maron because
The cats are Maron, maybe. Yeah.
Definitely.
He's not
I like
dead
that. See,
though.
now we're getting someplace, guys.
Do you think? Well, I don't. I like Carlin. Which one's Carlin? No, the alcoholics is Stanhope's for sure.
The I like
The
where you're going with this. I
Stanhopes.
like where you're going with this.
Then
I
who's
think that-
pinball?
The boozing one is the Stanhopes.
That's a
prob-
given. That's
And
definitely
then
a given.
Who are
the
pinballs?
Hedbergs, the Stanhopes. Who's the weed one? The owl. Or
That
it's
was
Mitch
Hedberg,
Hedberg. Yeah, my bad.
you just
Then we
moved
have
on.
is Berbigula the pinball guy? Who's the pinball guy?
The pinball machine are the
I
who's-
don't know. That pinball one is a little hard.
the pinball ones are the ones that like you don't really remember. Like they're just happy to be there. They're the ones
Yeah.
that were the good
Into
the good ones.
obscurity they go.
The guy on the
What?
Guy on the
couch.
couch.
Oh, the Stephen Wrights.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's which
All right,
which house?
yeah, I like that.
Stephen Wright is which house?
I like that.
He's pinball,
Pinball,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
Put a
pinball.
dollar
Yeah, yeah.
in, get a little bit
And
up.
we're completely satisfied
Okay,
with the
yeah,
houses.
The house. Yeah.
Like, because I was going to recommend maybe like a bathroom line house.
I think
That's very
yeah.
appropriate for the
The
creep.
bathroom line.
Yeah.
I don't know. What would you? We have the 4. Which one would you take out
Ooh,
to replace with a bathroom line?
I
Because I,
feel
think
like
we
I
can.
want to remove one of the animals. Yeah,
Okay.
I guess.
The
I
cat.
guess. You no
I'm not-
longer
I'm
exist,
pinball,
man.
man.
Like we made you and we broke you real quick.
All right, we're not doing it. We can't make.
Don't entertain my folly.
we
It gets a
can't
little
change-
ridiculous up here.
We got a yes and not no.
We
But.
can't just
Okay.
like retcon, like do the JK Rowley thing and be like make up all this stuff after the
Yeah,
tweets.
we've
We can't just do
established
that.
what
Yeah.
it is. We
Yeah.
can't start a whole new school at another club. We can't do
Yeah.
that. What is so? You're saying that you would steal someone's house, which would involve changing your location, right?
I see where you're going, but yes.
That
yeah.
that makes you a Gryffindor. That makes
Oh,
you.
the first of the
buddy.
night. First of the night. Very good.
Yeah.
Am I the first Gryffindor tonight?
Very
I
brave
don't know.
and stupid. Yeah.
I don't know what the celebration. You
I
still.
really don't like. I'm not into labels, Mike. Which one is there? Somebody that just crashes at everybody's house, like on the couch or something?
Well,
Because that could be me. I could start that.
I guess, but
I could just jump from house to house.
why are you changing everything, Eric?
Because I'm inspired by the alcohol that I just drank to take this wherever I want.
So
It's unfortunate.
you're a full-on PBR right now.
I could be.
yeah.
Wait, what did we decide you were?
Gryffindor, and I don't think we got to
Oh,
the
we didn't
creep
get to that
thing.
one. Yeah, we
we
didn't get to that one.
yeah.
Yeah, so PBR.
I guess
for
yeah,
sure.
PBR then.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, you're the PBR.
I'm not a big drinker, but sure.
Well, then you're not the PBR.
No, I am in the sense that I'm PBR the fuck out now.
Right. I think you're a pinball.
I
think
had
you're-
a great session earlier.
I think
yeah.
you're
were
a pinball.
chilling on the
You're
couch
happy to be
during the
here. You're
announcement,
chilling. I
yeah.
think you're a pinball.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Eric, is there anything you'd like to promote before you go?
Not at all, but at some point in the end of this podcast, we'll actually talk about the movie. I don't think we did that much. I
What?
want one of those giant cats with the extra teeth that he, in the trailer he brought that little feather out and then the eyes got all beautiful on the cat. I don't know if you saw that.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Wait, like when
The
like the people
trailer
turn
for the
into...
movie we're about to discuss.
the new one. Oh,
had a
Fantastic
giant
Beasts.
scene
I
with
have
the
no
cat,
idea.
and then it was
Fantastic
ferocious,
Beasts.
and it had like the
Gotcha.
teeth, and
Yeah.
then he brings out the little. I love his confidence.
Which guy?
Scamander.
Yes.
I love how he's so confident in what he knows that everybody else around him is freaking the fuck out, and he's
Right.
so chill about everything as it's happening.
You know, he's the Steve Irwin of the magical world. He's the guy that goes
With a
and
few more like social disorders. Though.
Yes,
like,
100%.
Definitely not like speaks
He's-
to the animals, but not humans.
he's the down Steve Irwin where he just knows all. He's like, don't fuck with that animal. He's like, I got it. You know,
he's
I
so
know
chill
what I'm
about it.
doing.
How much would you pay for that briefcase?
Oh, I would in New York rent prices a lot. I would love to have a bigger on the inside situation.
Is that the house you'd love to sneak into? You just carry that briefcase around.
Yeah,
You
you'd
sneak into
steal
that
his
house.
briefcase.
steal the
I could put the
briefcase.
house in the briefcase and no one would know the wiser.
Yeah,
However
or
that
something
works.
similar. Eric, would you
I
like to
guess.
promote something before you go?
Never, just whatever these guys said, whatever they was promoting. Yeah, follow that.
Let's promote the Creek in the Cave in Long
And the
Island
Creek,
City,
yeah,
Queens.
dope, always,
Ladies and
always.
gentlemen, give it up for Eric and Edia.
Fuck Amazon.
Are you coming up? Yeah, come on, ladies and gentlemen. Wand maker Daniel J. Paravan.
I like the reversal.
Yeah, I can already tell you're a fucking cat because you didn't put your name in the book and you've been here the whole time.
Yeah, I didn't
Definitely
really.
a
I wasn't
meow
gonna
mix.
come up, but then I didn't get a spot upstairs. I was like, oh, let me come back down here.
Hey, you know what? I'm not above being someone's second choice. It's fine. It's fine. We're having a good
For
time.
everybody, dude.
Either way.
Yo, second choice is fun.
Second choice is still chosen. I'll
That's
tell you that.
cool, baby. That's all right.
We're talking about Harry Potter and the Fantastic Beasts movie coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, I
what
don't know
would
much
you
about
like
that.
to?
The new generation Harry Potter is fine.
You're watching the new one?
Hey guys,
They're-
shh, come on.
Hey, this isn't your show. Don't tell them anything.
Fair enough. Fine.
Shushiest
what-
Maximus.
What are you talking
Just
about?
like, we can hear you in the mic. Thank you.
No, we can't. It's fine. What is your level of involvement with Harry Potter?
None at all because I'm a fucking spick. I don't really fucking listen to that shit.
You didn't? Did you? Are you saying that that Latinos
Yep,
are?
I am 100% saying that Latinos don't listen to that fucking Harry Potter bullshit. Yeah.
You're
I
on
said
a stage with
you're
two
on the stage
Latinos.
with two Latinos right now.
You guys are both whitewashed. I mean, real Latinos, not
Possibly.
like whitewashed Latinos and shit.
Very-
I mean, hood motherfuckers. You guys are like basically both white. You know what I'm saying? It's not
I
like
grew
a
up in
real.
the Bronx in the 80s.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's the
dude.
most New York motherfucker. I'm from Miami in the
Yo,
80s.
but
What do
not
you
like-
want,
yeah,
baby?
yeah, yeah.
More.
Yo, you're
What
both
more?
whitewashed as fuck, though, right? You're
It's-
both whitewashed.
We're just multifaceted, brother. You can't. We can put two sides to the story. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
What is? So you never got into the Harry
I
Potter?
never got into Harry Potter. I didn't
You don't
like
like
it.
magic, bro?
Why?
I don't know. It wasn't like it felt like very like superficial to me. Didn't you feel the same way for it?
It's a world of
magic,
wizards
bro.
and magic. Of course. What are you talking about?
Oh God! See, that feels like
Harry Potter. That's why you didn't like it.
Oh, wait.
Mm-hmm.
So you, Burn. What is?
no fair. I can't defend myself against you.
Yeah, why not?
Smash.
What is? It's just going to get recorded and put on the internet for everyone to hear tomorrow. So
it's all good.
let's get some hits.
Let's do it.
Let's get some attention. What? So you didn't connect with it. What do you like that's magical?
Word.
The Bible.
Oh, we got into this earlier. Yeah. It's just a different. It's just a different lore book.
It's
Yeah.
utter
I
phantasmagorical
don't know. Like
nonsense.
honestly, it just felt like both of you, like so both of you are like. You said you grew up in the Bronx. You grew up in Florida, right?
Miami. Yeah.
All right. Did you guys grow up? What class did you grow
Stop
up in?
pretending to be
Class
what,
as in.
What are you talking about?
Hold on. What financial class did you grow up in?
Lower
What was
middle.
your median income?
I don't
Honestly.
fucking know
That's
my
a big
mom
difference.
That's my mom.
That's a big difference.
All I know is that when my parents got
your
divorced,
socioeconomic income. What did it mean?
all I know is that when my parents got divorced, I lived with 3 generations in one house because that was just the way it was. And
All
my
right.
brother-
Hey, how's this for you?
Did you live in poverty? Yes or no?
Poverty?
Yes. Could you honestly say to yourself, "Do you live in poverty?"
All right, how's this for you?
No, I'm talking. I'm talking. I'm talking
get
Mike.
back to me.
Wait.
Did you live in poverty? Yes or no?
I would
Yes or no? Did you live in poverty?
not. Daniel, what the fuck is your problem?
I don't know. It's a
Why are you being so fucking confrontational? We're talking about Harry fucking Potter. It's like-
No, there's a
Hold on.
no.
I'm going to talk now. What I'm going to tell you is that we're talking about fucking magic. Why are you bringing down my show?
No. There's a whole point to this actually.
What? Get to the fucking point then.
The point is the socioeconomic class of people that are into Harry Potter do understand the other parts of it. So I'm saying is,
I don't understand
If,
what you're saying.
if you're middle class, you like Harry Potter.
What?
If you're middle class, you'll like Harry Potter. If you're lower class, you don't.
I disagree entirely because they're just books.
What was your socioeconomic class?
I'm not
Were you
talking
in
about
poverty?
me. I'm talking about in generally speaking.
What was yours? You liked Harry Potter, right?
Yeah, but I
What was
liked it as an
your
adult.
socioeconomic class?
I'm trying to be patient with you, Daniel. What I'm talking about is I got into Harry Potter later as an adult. The importance you're putting on it is different than what is actually
Fair
real.
enough. Go.
I got into it as an adult when I was already able to appreciate things for whatever they were. As talking about socioeconomic class, yeah, we grew up poor, man. I don't know how you define poverty, but there was times where we were living 3 generations house. We had to share food. We all this stuff.
$20,000 a year, according to the U.S. government. $20,000 a year for a family
Look,
of
man,
4.
Make that.
I couldn't afford potions.
Relate this to Harry Potter, or you gotta go.
Okay,
Life is
fine.
wild.
Relate it to Harry Potter, or you gotta leave. The Weasleys were poor. The Weasleys were super poor. They had a poor person could identify with how poor these wizards were and how they were downtrodden. I'm talking. Hold on. Stop, Alex. Stop.
I was a brown-haired Latino
Don't talk to me. Talk to me. The Harry Potter. You're talking. We're going to bring around to Harry Potter because I'm a good host. The point being is that you're saying that poor people can't like it when poor people are represented in the fucking books.
I think that
Very much.
J.K. Rowling was poor when she wrote it.
Hold on. All right, she was a waitress, I think, if I heard the backstory correctly. But she wrote the first book, not the next 9 books or whatever.
She wrote a book.
No, she.
Are you just
I
trying
don't know
to
who
be
you are.
argument?
Thank you.
Are
So,
you just trying to be argumentative? Don't insult people. Are you being argumentative on purpose?
No. From what I gather, for real. I believe
I'm
she
just
didn't write the
talking
next
to
she didn't write the next 8 books or whatever. She was the original author of the first book, and then she had other
wrote
people
all the
write
books.
She
Are you
didn't-
making stuff up?
No, I'm not. Look at the fucking books. She actually had co-writers in the books.
No, she did not.
Let's just say sure. What does that
What does that mean?
change?
Okay, fair enough.
Nothing. I'm just saying. I'm pointing.
So you're just trying to be a dick on purpose?
No.
Why
you
you
fucking
We're
dickwad.
having fun
No.
talk about stuff.
You know how much
Actually,
ridiculous
you know
shit
what?
I just came
Fuck
up
that.
with?
You know what you
Like
are in
nonsensical
this scenario?
shit.
Your house is muggle. You don't have any magic to you at all. You're a fucking magicless
No, you know who he
person.
is? You know who he is? Who's the crabby motherfucker that took care of the castle with the cat?
Filch, but AJ's Filch.
No.
He's
the
not
sock
even
dude.
there.
All right, I'm sorry, AJ.
Stop
I
yelling.
apologize.
Stop yelling. You are.
Who is? All right.
You are not in the stories. You're out.
I don't really watch.
You're not involved.
I didn't really watch the movies. I didn't read the books. I just know Harry Potter is a white dude that did white shit, and there was basically no black people in this movie.
White people don't know magic?
There were black people in the movies.
All right, when?
There was the one of the Dean Thomas. I forgot his name. Yeah.
How long was he in there?
Idris Elba.
They're all supporting
Wait,
cast.
was he? Idris Elba was in the
Yeah,
movie?
he is.
Shut the fuck up, really?
You should
No, it
definitely
wasn't
watch
Idris
it.
Elba.
I know, but it was gonna get him to watch the movies.
Oh.
'cause
I
he
would have
thought
watched
he
that
was
shit
in
right
it.
away. Idris Elba?
Exactly.
He wasn't in it or was?
No, he was not in it. It was
Oh,
another.
fuck that.
It was another guy. But Kingsley Shacklebolt, black guy.
I swear to God, if Idris Elba was in that shit, I would have been like, what?
Yeah.
I fucked up.
Hey,
Changed my whole fucking position and
Daniel,
shit.
redeem yourself and answer the question, and we'll sort you into a house. If you could take any risk right now, and if it doesn't succeed, it would be erased. You could undo it. No one would ever know. What would your risk be?
This right now.
Getting punched in the mouth by a giant Cuban.
No. This is fucking around, but I'd go back in time.
Okay, you would. If that's a good one. What would you change?
I would change one.
And if you bring up poverty again, I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking punch you in the mouth.
No, I'd change one bad breakup.
One bad breakup. Oh, so it involves vulnerability.
Tender.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. And you would.
What would you change about it?
What would? But there's a chance that you would not get the outcome that you want.
True.
So you could erase it if it you would
Yeah,
have
I
to.
feel
It's a eternal sunshine shit. So you're saying you would erase that relationship?
No, I would erase the last time we're together because that caused the breakup.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying you're very good at bringing everything down. You're just crushing it
Well,
so hard right now.
I've always been a dark horse. That's my thing.
That's your thing?
I'm a dark horse as shit. You know?
No, I mean, you could not be that. But what I'm saying is...
I was born a dark bitch. I'm going to die a
Come
dark
back
bitch.
to like right before your name was called.
Yeah.
Be like, no,
coming up here,
dude,
insulting
bro.
the other two Latinos on stage with you.
All right, okay, first of all,
coming
are
up-
you really
it's-
Hispanic?
Are you fucking kidding me? His name is Heredia.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I've been
No, are you
confused
Dominican? Where you
before.
from?
Yeah, I'm Dominican.
Okay, that's what it was.
And also you are whiter than both of us.
All right, I'm fucking more Latino than both of you.
Huh?
I'm more Latino than both of you.
It's
How
not
you
a
figure?
competition.
Yeah,
It is
You are
kind of
or
a
you aren't.
competition.
You're
I'll give you that.
gatekeeping ass.
I know I'm a half-ass Dominican.
I'm gonna put you.
No, I'm
you've
straight ass
earned your
fucking-
Muggle stripes, friend. You've earned your magicless bullshit. What would you like to promote before you go? Because it's a fair
Honestly,
show.
if you guys check out the Instacular Comedy Show, it's every second Saturday of the month. Come to by. It's fun.
Instatacular.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
Insta.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Daniel J. Parafan. Where's what's
I don't know what it's
Yeah, where'd she go? Is she here?
Is she gone?
Is Ben Gordon here?
Is she gone? Diane. Her name's Diane.
Huh?
Her name's Diane.
Diane Carroll. Where's Diane? Yeah. It changed the whole vibe of the show. Alex, come back up here. Where's Diane? Let's get Diane up here.
Yeah, I'm back.
Jesus, so fucking loud.
I'm back. I'm back
yeah.
to hang out and talk more about Harry Potter and how great
Tell
it
me,
is.
all right, well, until Diane gets back in here.
Sure, man. Dude, Harry Potter is all about how fucking the evil fucking super
Oh, ladies
right-wing
and
assholes
thank you,
suck.
Alex, so much. Give it up for Diane Carroll, everybody. Huh?
Testes, 1, 2.
You're good. Here.
Hey, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just ordered a cocktail and she made it for me.
Calm down.
Will you run to the bar and grab it for me?
Yeah.
All right, wait. Hold on. I have to give you some money. And
We'll
then-
do this off the podcast. We'll do this not on the podcast.
Yeah. No, I don't need to booze and lose.
No. Just this all unnecessary.
Side notes.
Hi, Diane. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Are you? This is your first time on the show. Do you know what's going on?
I haven't got a fucking clue, mate, but I know you were talking about music, and Dan, thank you so much, Governor.
Oh, we're
A
pulling
gentleman
out
and a
British
star.
accents and stuff. Do you want me to move your camera?
Yes. Oh, God, thank you.
Yeah, I got you. What is your involvement with Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. First British accent of the evening, everybody. First British accent of the evening.
Dan, did you like Harry Potter?
Harry Potter was cool and stuff, but like when I checked in, I went to I did a brief stint at Harvard for directing.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it was really cool. And when I checked in and they were giving us away our student IDs,
Okay.
I was like, did I make Griff? You had to be there. But I was like, checking in. I'm like, Slytherin? Did I get into Slytherin? And he's like, no, you're Gryffindor. Here's your ID.
Oh, without skipping a beat. Nailed it. Yeah.
And we have one of those cafeterias.
You had a cafe, like the big, long with the long
Well,
tables.
Harvard
It's
has a dope
this
ass
old timey.
cafeteria. Yeah.
What is it? I equate it to like anytime I've heard of like a boarding school or something like that where you live, where you go to school.
Yeah.
Like when you're a kid, like I've
Like the
only
Cider House rules.
or like Dead Poet Society or something like that. I've never seen the Cider House Rules.
Oh, it's about
Wait,
abortion.
what is that? Is that like
It's
another
about
white
what?
thing or what?
It's about abortion. You could say abortion. It's
Oh
not.
yeah, it's the Cider House rules.
Is that more white shit or what?
The Cider House rules is pretty much the reason why I technically am registered as a Democrat.
Oh my god!
wow.
Wait, what?
How does that work?
I'm
Now
sorry?
you were in the army, weren't you?
What?
She's in the army. She's like an army sergeant and shit.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was an army sergeant.
No, legit. She actually has been in the army a long time.
Is this an
This
improv
is
yes
a
and or
No,
live-
this isn't a joke. She actually has been in the
Oh
army.
my God.
She doesn't like talking
Daniel,
about
get
it.
off the microphone, invite somebody else out. What a buzzkill.
Oh, did you not want to talk about? We're talking about Harry Potter,
it
and
was
Daniel's been doing a
I
great
thought we were
job
going
of
to talk
derailing
about
it.
magic.
All right, okay, fine.
And
We'll
Harry
joke
Potter.
around.
And then Daniel's like, remember that time you got a whooping case of PTSD?
Oh, Jesus, Daniel.
And
Come
called,
on,
and
man.
called me at 3:30 in the morning,
the whole
5
night
nights
for
a
no
week.
reason.
Well, let's not talk about that then. Let's talk
All right,
about.
all right.
Let's talk about. You wanted to be Slytherin?
I thought I just Slytherin. Well, recently I've turned to the dark side.
Ooh.
I'm in a goth phase.
Okay.
As well as I'm reading, I made a friend who's a fan fiction writer of Star Wars. She has over 700,000 hits, and it's a story about Kylo Ren and Rey. And
Is it
I'm
one
like,
of those fan fictions that's all sexy?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Those are great.
Oh yeah, Kylo Ren.
What is a goth phase entitle exactly? What do you
This
do?
outfit. Have
Yeah.
you seen my outfit?
Yeah. Full on.
Yeah, nice.
I was holding back on you guys.
I don't.
Holy shit.
I don't exactly know. What is that called? A corset? Corset. Okay.
That's called cleavage.
Yeah. You're well presented. I'll say that.
For those of you listening at home,
yeah.
she's wearing a corset and it's she looks very nice in it.
Yeah. She's definitely styling
thank
for the
you.
podcast listener.
I'm waiting for you. Yeah.
So we're sorting people into houses, and based on one question and one question alone.
Okay, go.
And it's if you could take any risk right now, and if it doesn't work out the way you want it to, you can undo it. What would it be? Big risk. Go for broke.
Call Jack White and invite him to the creek in the cave to
Nice.
do a set.
Ooh, that's a good one, actually. So you would want to just have
Just-
Jack White perform for you.
Who's Jack White?
The guy from the White Stripes.
Yeah,
And the
and
Raconteur.
apparently a guy
Yeah,
who
okay.
plays in Just Another Warlock. No, but Jack White's a guy on the Duke basketball team as well.
So which one of these guys are you inviting? Because one of them is way cooler than the other.
Be specific with the motherfucking universe. Jack White, John Anthony Gillis of Detroit, Mexican town of the White Stripes. Jack White.
Wow, that got real specific.
Yeah,
I was half expecting you to social security
asshole.
number, blood type. Here we go. So you would want that to be a private performance, or you just want them to
No,
be?
you guys would all be invited.
Hell yeah. Selfless act.
Nice.
Selfless.
Yeah, you would just rock out.
It's not self-aggrandizing. It's for others. Let's see how we do. Let's see. You would be.
Oh man, I bet I made it into one of the decent houses, huh? We're gonna win Quidditch.
Technically, because
I'm on the house, the Jock house now.
No, I mean honestly.
Wait, what does that mean?
What house did I get?
Technically, so one of the qualifications of it involves travel, not for you, but for someone to come. But it involves travel in some way that makes you a Gryffindor. In some way.
Gryffindor. I could have called it.
Damn
it.
No.
All right.
So you were a Gryffindor, and you wanted to be. What if you're like a secret agent? They never talk about that. They never talk about
What
like
if I was a secret agent?
No, like in the houses, like if you're a Gryffindor, but you're really like not, the sorting hat fucked up.
I am like literally a secret agent.
You are?
Yeah, I was a 97 Bravo when I was in the Army, counterintelligence.
Oh my God, she
Jesus
was like
Christ.
a big deal. Oh my God.
To keep it light, did you have like a nickname? Because my friend
You're on the mic with D.
Huh?
D. Everybody calls me D.
D. I had a friend of mine who was a guy I knew back when I was living in Miami who was he was a pilot at the Navy state base in Key West, and his call sign was Frogger.
Wait. Were you in the military too?
What?
Were you in the
No,
military?
I was not. I was a firefighter paramedic. I wasn't in the military.
Nice. What was your MOS exactly, Diane?
What's a MOS?
We just went over that. I also did broadcast journalism. You were a firefighter, man?
I was certified firefighter, but I worked as a paramedic.
Did you do that after 9/11 shit?
I did that after 9/11, but I don't know what you mean by after 9/11 shit.
Like, you were in the shit like
No. I
Ground
worked in a
Zero?
hospital. No, I did training on an ambulance, and I was certified. I went to the fire academy, but then I worked in a hospital ER for a long time.
Oh my
Jeez
God.
So the medical
Louise.
side of things.
You guys, I'm in New Orleans right now. I'm finding a parallel between New York and New Orleans
Really?
Like what?
coming together after tragedy.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
And working together as a backbone of a community that actually gives a shit about each other. I fell twice today, and like 8 New Yorkers and like 4 New Yorkers in both situations helped me out. Like
I firmly
give me
believe
a
that New York gets
break.
that bad rap of Daniel J. Para fans, but they're really nice, actually.
Yeah.
They're actually super chill.
Well,
And especially it's the first snow of the season, so everybody's watching out for the
Yeah.
slips and the trips, you know? Everybody's alert and oriented.
I like being a villain. It's fun.
Yeah, you're definitely the heel. You and Shane Gale have to fight over heel, but I know Shane's doing it ironically.
what house are you in, man?
I am, look, I'm way into this. So officially, I'm a Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw.
But I totally feel like I'd be a Hufflepuff. Like I'm like goofy. I don't care. I'm happy. I don't really worry about stuff too much. And then unless it's time to do something, unless it's time to work, I'm usually pretty chill. I'd probably be a pinball machine. We also have Creek in the Cave houses.
Okay, what's this?
So Creek in the Cave, you can be the Owl, which is the Stoner Comics. You can be the PBR, and that's the drunks. You can be the Cat, which are the ones that come here, do their set, and they leave. They don't stick around for nobody else. And you can be the Pinball Machine, which is just happy to be here. Just happy to be
I
here.
think I'm a pinball machine, man.
Yeah.
I'm deaf, dumb, and blind, boy.
But you sure can play a mean pinball.
Yes, everybody date themselves in here.
Is that
we're
really
in our
the
30s.
Tom?
We're in
Who's
our
Tom?
30s.
Huh? Yeah.
Tommy, can you hear me? Tommy, can you see me? No, Tommy can't see shit. He's fucking blind, mate.
Do you think the Pinball Wizard was a Hogwarts wizard?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, for sure, right? He had to have been, he was the daredevil of the Hogwarts. He was heightened senses.
Yeah, he was the Quidditch water boy, too.
Yeah, that's of course. Dan, thank you so much for being here. Is there anything you'd like to promote before you go?
I would like to promote goodwill and peace on earth. And get some this winter.
Yes, cuffing season, baby. Cuffing season.
Yes.
That's big boy season. I enjoy this season. I'm suddenly very popular from the
Thank
just
you for
body
having
heat.
me on.
Absolutely. You're going to slide over and be guest
right,
co-host
come
for
over
the
here.
next person.
Okay.
And so you just go ahead and slide on over as we invite up, ladies and gentlemen, our headmistress. Ben, you want to come on? Oh, here we go. The headmaster this evening, Ben Gordon. What's up, buddy?
They call me the headmaster because I love getting hit.
Watch out, don't step on Diane's
Get it
stuff.
as well.
And then this is her camera. And then just be careful with that.
I'm all over the fucking place.
Yeah. We got it. We'll come together. We'll figure it out.
Come together.
That's
I
right,
took
baby.
the camera from your hand, but
Yeah, I'll hold it.
Me.
Just in case something happens. What is up, Ben?
hello.
What is your level of involvement with Harry Potter?
The whole
Wizarding
franchise.
World. Yeah, what's your deal?
I read the first book and a half after the last movie came out.
Okay.
Yeah. It was it was really big in middle school. That's when I read those books.
So everyone
and
else
those
was
last
cool.
two movies were coming out.
Everyone else was cool. Huh? You want me to take a picture?
Put it on auto and take a picture of
Yeah,
it.
all right. Let's do it. Suddenly,
get my left side. It's
Yeah.
my best side.
So you wait.
Is
So
it my
you,
left side? I'm not sure.
So it was
It's the
big
lyric of the
in.
song.
It was big in your middle school.
I mean,
Did
it was
you
big
not-
when it was coming out. I happened to be in middle school.
Did you?
At that
Jesus
time.
Christ!
It was
so
coming
old.
out as movies. As
Do
movies.
you have was it cool for you in terms of like, did you think they were nerds?
No, because everyone liked Harry Potter. I didn't like Harry Potter because I was a nerd. I liked
Tolkien and people
Naruto
who
and
had
shit.
respect for themselves.
Yeah, Tolkien, the real wizards. We're wizard class.
See, like, I was watching-
Mordor.
Yeah,
I was watching Naruto and they were ninja wizards.
Oh, so
more
you were-
so than any other kind of wizards.
You were what I would be considered a deeper level of nerd because even at that time, anime was lower in this totem pole than Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So were the Harry Potter kids making fun of the anime kids or something?
Nah.
Not a lot of. They didn't have a lot of
like
clout.
the fit kids were making fun of the fat kids. That's where it went.
It really does feel like the what
The
you're
fat kids
into
just happen to
doesn't
be
matter
nerdy.
anymore. It's just like if you were
It's really
cool
fortunate.
about it or not.
Yeah, like that's what it all comes down to now that we know what everybody is into because of social media and shit.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to judge anybody because everybody has a thing.
Like when I used to hang out and go
It's
to
not
the
hard to judge anybody.
Yeah, like when I used to hang out and go to the movies and stuff like that with my friends, nobody really knew what I was doing after that, like playing Final Fantasy at home for hours on end. Like nobody cared.
No one cared that you had 90 hours.
Card game like
Magic the Gathering.
Magic
Very
the Gathering.
popular.
You play Magic
area.
the Gathering?
See, that's like some nerdy shit. Remember when
That's
we
deep
just tried
nerdy
to
shit.
levitate each other with each other's fingers?
Oh, the light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Yeah, let's try it right now.
Yeah, we were doing satanic magic. That's what
Summoning
we were
the
doing.
devil to levitate us.
Yeah, or
No idea
I'll
what
do
guys
you
are
one
talking
better.
about.
The Bloody Mary into the mirror when you were young.
Bloody Mary.
yeah.
Bloody
We were
Mary was a
casting
thing.
spells and shit.
I remember Bloody Mary was
Who
a thing.
is the
Candyman.
The Candyman.
Yeah.
How'd you know?
What? So did you? So when did you watch all the movies? Did you?
No.
How old are you, dude?
21.
Yeah,
He's a
you're a
youngin'.
baby.
No,
He's a young-
I grew up in a Jehovah Witness household, so like that shit was not
yeah.
allowed.
Yeah, Jehovah Witness. They don't allow anything.
And like by the time like there weren't rules, I didn't care. I was like, I don't
You were
care.
masturbating at that point, anyways.
Yeah.
He was catching up.
There were priorities.
Yeah, he was catching up on lost time because he had been forced to restrain himself.
I wasn't getting acquainted with Emma Watson. Lisa Ann was the miss of my childhood.
Oh my god! Wow, that is a big jump to put those two people in the
Isn't
same
it?
sentence.
Isn't it?
And if you know who both of those people are at the same time, you've done it. You've put them in the same situation.
Well, she was a child when those movies were coming out.
She's not. That's the fucked up thing. Now we talked about it earlier. Is that they're all adults now. I can think Emma Watson's hot.
I mean, you can, but I know you said it before she was an adult.
No,
I know you
I
did.
did not. First of all, they're all my age
Oh,
now.
thank heaven for pretty girls.
No, first of all, they're all my age. Like they're all adults. They're all.
Oh no, thank heaven for
Yeah.
little
Y'all
girls
niggas
get
old.
bigger every day. That's perverted.
Yeah,
Isn't
that's it? There's a lot
Isn't
of those
the
old
whole
songs.
past horribly perverted?
The what?
Yeah.
The whole past.
Like,
yeah, the,
it
all
just-
of it.
all of it.
The past in general. You're talking-
Disgusting.
Yeah, just
The past is some perverted shit, yeah.
yeah.
Like 12-year-olds marrying 95-year-olds.
I got fucked up news for you. That still happens today. It's pretty fucked up. But we're talking about Harry Potter and not
That's unfortunate.
terrible
'cause
atrocities.
I know more about terrible people than I know about Harry Potter.
Yeah, yeah. There's a big expose coming out on the J-Dubs coming up from the Leah Remini that did.
Is the J Dubs J.K. Rowling? Who's J Dubs?
J-Dub Rowling wrote the Jehovah Witness version of Harry Potter. Yeah, J-Dub Rowling.
Okay.
Yeah. It was very short book. It was very short.
Okay.
They didn't know how when they're.
I think it was unburied in South California, Southern California, underneath Scientologists.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm
building.
saying. Leah Remini, who does the Scientology thing, she's gonna come out on with an expose on the Jehovah Witness.
Oh,
They're gonna talk to some ex
Those are
J-Dubs and talk some shit.
I was drinking. I didn't make the connection. J Dubs.
That's all right. What
The
is
worst, I mean, any
Has a pedophile scandal.
talk into the mic? What is?
Am I going to yell at AJ into the mic?
Yeah, we're right. This is going off the rails. What is your? If you so you know about the houses? Do you know what the houses
I'm aware
are?
of the houses. I just heard you say. I know Gryffindor, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff.
Right.
Only one of those sounds like a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which one? Yeah, Hufflepuff sounds like a Pokemon.
Thank you. Everyone knows.
What is your?
I meant Gryffindor, but
What? They could all be fucking Pokemon. What is you? Which one do you think you want to be in?
is Hufflepuff full of the slackers?
Yeah, kind of.
I know, like because they have a silly name, everyone is meant to make fun of them.
They
right?
are kind of the slacker, but So you think Hufflepuff would be good for you?
Sure.
You don't like a lot of
There's no main
responsibility.
characters on Hufflepuff. No one's No one's getting put in dire, horrible
So,
situations in Hufflepuff.
If you
Maybe
could-
dying in the background.
Yeah, they're just set dressing. What is your so we're sorting people into houses based on one question.
Sure.
Which is if you could take any risk, big risk, and if it doesn't work out how you want it to, it'll be erased.
Tight. Okay.
And no one will ever know. And like erased from existence. But you would take that risk, what would it be? Without Any problems?
I would do the Felix Baumgartner jump.
Oh, you want to do? Do you want to skydive from the edge of space?
Hell yeah!
What to what end? Like what then after?
I don't know. I did it. I did it better than anyone else did it. Hopefully.
Okay, so
anyone
you're
else did it or could did it.
And I'm
free. Yeah.
Falling.
Guess what? That puts you into Hufflepuff. Legit, you fucking called
I feel like
it.
that was loaded, but okay.
No, for real. Like yeah. This guy robbed a bank and he ended up in Hufflepuff. The thing about it is, there's some keywords that will put you into the house. I don't want to give them all away, but one of them
This
is
is the Wu-Tang name generator of house.
it's
house
totally
sorting.
what that is.
Okay.
It's basically like the
Forgot what mine
self-aggrandizement part of it, where it's like you're the kind of thinking about yourself.
Well, you know, when you take personality
Pleasures.
tests on Facebook just to hear the answer you want to hear.
Yeah,
When it's
exactly,
not
yeah.
the answer you want to hear, you don't share it.
Yeah. You're like, I'm not.
In other
I'm not
words-
Gimli. I'm fucking Legolas. Fuck you. You know?
I'm edgy and badass. What do you mean? Slytherin all the way.
Yeah.
I'm just a fucking heathen.
You're a heathen?
Didn't you say
I'm a social deviant heathen.
Didn't you say counterintelligence? Does that make you a Fed?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a different.
That was a different jurisdiction, brother.
Okay.
What
I don't
is
fuck with feds.
so? We also have Creek in the Cave houses.
I'm more familiar with the creek in the cave.
You're.
Hey, hold up.
Slytherin are the feds.
You think so?
Disgusting.
Slytherin are the feds?
No, Gryffindor's the feds.
Oh, word. They're like the bodyguards
Yeah.
of the school,
Yeah.
aren't they?
They are the
Fucking
cops, yeah.
Scabs. Sells out.
Yeah.
Sellouts.
What the Creek in the Cave has the cat, the owl, the PBR, and the pinball machine. I think just from your hat that says "stoned" alone, you are an owl. I think so. The owl's the potheads.
Tight.
That's the perfect answer for that. Yeah. Tight. Yeah. Ben,
We're living it.
Was there anything you'd like to promote before you go?
I wanted to do this last month when I was doing a different show, but come to the Creek in the Cave.
The
It's
Creek
a
in
nice
the
place to
Cave
be.
in Long Island City,
It
Queens.
snowed in. There's no one here, so you know.
Yeah, we're having a great time in the snow.
Having a good time.
Having a good time. Ladies and gentlemen, get up for Ben Gordon. Coming up
Master.
last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Toby McGonagall Nelson.
All right, McGonagall. Fair enough.
I'm giving you a position of authority and power.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I won't say all the things I want to say.
Don't, please.
I won't.
We're not talking about that. We're going to talk about Harry Potter.
Yes, because that's what I really wanted to talk about.
What? Wait, so do you like Harry Potter?
Yes, I
Okay.
fucking love Harry Potter.
Good. Did
I'd be
you read
surprised
them
if Toby didn't love Harry Potter?
Yeah.
What
Okay. So I read at the time for sure because my mom said that one of her best friends had their kid read it, and she was like, "This is a book that like I heard was really good." So I read it when I was like 12 years old.
The right age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I read the
Perfect.
first book when I was like 12 years old.
You grow up with the
Yes,
characters.
exactly. So like
Yeah.
when the first book I read when I was 12 and the last one I read when I was like 19. So I was the same age as the characters basically the whole way
That's
through.
pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
I don't have that experience, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
You're technically the same age as them, but like
Right.
because of their birth date.
Right.
But I was the same age as them, like
As the
growing
characters.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was I fucking loved it.
What? So, break it down
OG
for me.
right here.
Favorite book, favorite movie.
Azkaban, easy. And
for which one?
Probably both, honestly.
For both book
Movie,
and yeah.
yeah.
There's a lot in that Prisoner of Azkaban that book.
That's the third one, right?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
There's
The
a
third
lot
one.
in the book that I really like, especially with the Sirius Black and all that shit that like
Yeah.
the danger and then the reveal and all that stuff like that's
And,
there's a lot in
uh,
the book that's not in the movie.
Obviously, I know all about Gary Oldman's problematic past.
Yeah.
but
Okay.
but like I love him as Sirius Black. He's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Gary
Yeah.
Oldman's great. And
What was
most
the bad
movies.
thing he said? Oh, wait, all right, let's break it down.
he's-
If
Gary
you're listening,
Oldman say the N
hold
word.
on, hold on. If you're
Domestic,
listening- hold on, hold on,
domestic
hold on.
abuser.
Hold on. If you're listening to this,
That's not funny.
If you're
It's
listening,
Toby. Hi.
hold on, hold
so
on.
it's a legend.
There needs to be more respect for the host speaking.
We need to
I'm sorry,
respect
Mike.
on
I'm sorry,
Gary
Mike.
Oldman's
You're right.
name.
Put
You're
some
right.
respect on the fact that I'm talking right now. Hold on a second, guys.
Oh, a white man's talking, you guys. Everyone shut up.
I'm fucking Latino.
He
You
wasn't
s-
even in there
Get
for
out of here.
that. That's
Get-
so
leave.
rude.
Get out.
I heard it from outside the room.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
No. For real though, Mike was cooking on Instagram today. It was great. So like, don't put some respect on Mike's name, okay?
Put some respect on the. Yeah.
Put the sazón completa.
Don't do a podcast if you're gonna just be mean.
How about this? Everybody, shut the fuck up. How about that?
Put some
I
sazón
appreciate
on his name.
Jesus Christ. Oh. Good Lord. Well, no, it's funny. It's fine. I look. I appreciate it. I just got to get this back on track. What we're talking about is Harry Potter, but Toby is going to ruin who in Harry Potter we're allowed to love.
Okay, so basically,
Ready to go. Not even no hesitation.
So Gary Oldman has a domestic violence charge in his past. Obviously, I'm not going to go into Johnny Depp. If you want to know more about Johnny Depp, join Gun Blind Gossip. You'll hear all about it.
I thought you
He's
used Johnny
trash.
Depp as like a wordplay pun.
No, he's terrible.
Nah.
He's in the new like movies, the like Fantastic
in the
Beasts movies.
yeah.
But
Oh, okay.
this is the thing I was just talking about. Actually, so Elise was on the show earlier, and we have a friend, Lauren. Hi, Lauren. She's not here. I'm
Oh,
just
I thought you were
calling.
waving at her.
I'm
Hi,
just
Lauren.
calling her out. I tried to bring her tonight.
Yeah.
Who's been staying with us, and she doesn't know much about the like books or movies, but we were watching the Goblet of Fire, which was on TV just before I came here tonight, like she didn't recognize Robert Pattinson, which is a whole other story. But I know, right?
He is in those
Lucky
movies.
girl.
Okay.
This is the thing with British. Like with British movies and shows, they have a lot more rules about
They have
and laws and stuff about like how the
broadcast
kids are allowed to,
Yeah, because they're shooting with children.
like on
yeah.
like because here there's a lot of abuse of kids and stuff like that, but in British film there's so many more like laws in place to take care of them, so that's why almost all the kids from Harry Potter are still working.
Yeah, they're
because
like,
they didn't get like fucked up by like the like
they don't have the child actor.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
precisely. So like, I mean, Daniel Radcliffe, who I just saw in in Lifespan of a Fact on Broadway. My mom came to town. Hi, Mom, I love you. She's not here either. I'm just
Is your entire family responsible for our bump in our listenership?
Maybe.
The Nelson family clan listening to Unsung Heroes.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
This, if anything, this is a family podcast where we can talk about Satan
Where we stay respectful.
and blowjobs and whatever.
Yeah,
Who cares?
my mom knows about my affinity for Satan and blowjobs. It's fine.
Hail Satan. Hail Jill Scott.
Oh yeah.
Jill
That-
Scott.
hey, that Jill
That's
Scott-
the whole, yeah.
That
Good
got
for
me.
her.
Yo, I was watching. I was like, "What's the big?
God, you guys have been getting bad blowjobs.
I
If
still
that's
ha-
really impressive to
Yeah,
you.
I still haven't seen it. I just know that that's what the situation
No,
is.
it's
It's
just that-
blowjobs and Jill Scott.
It wasn't because it
Wherever
wasn't
she
an
is.
actual blowjob. It
She
was her.
fellatiated a
It was
mic,
an
didn't
act
she?
out. Yeah.
But she was committed to that act out.
She was, yeah.
Everybody
good. She's
Google
very
Jill Scott
talented, very funny.
microphone.
Yeah.
whatever. All right.
But so
What did you
I,
guys
show me? I
saw my mom came to town and we saw Lifespan of a Fact on Broadway, which
Okay.
has got Daniel Radcliffe and Bobby Cannavale and Cherry Jones in it. And Daniel Radcliffe is my age, like I said. It's appropriate. Everybody who was in the movies as kids is like
Who
28
cares?
to 32.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
and he's
Stranger Things
fantastic.
all over again.
He's a great actor.
Live. And he had a problem with booze and went to rehab and
What?
Are you saying?
Did you take it literally? Are you that
like,
high?
no.
He had a problem with people booing at him. The booze got to him.
The thought of Daniel Radcliffe having a problem with booze and the image of him in BoJack Horseman is he
is he in
aligned
that?
together.
I can't watch that because I'll literally kill
I cannot
myself.
watch that show. Yeah, I cannot watch that show. It's too much for me.
Yeah.
So are we allowed
He's
to
really
love
funny in
Daniel
that show.
Radcliffe?
Yes, of course. That's
Cool.
what I'm saying.
tight.
Let's go down the list.
Like the only thing about like any of the kids from Harry Potter is that he's a recovering alcoholic, and that the guy who played Crab sold a bunch of weed and got fired from the show because he got caught doing it.
He's fired from the movies?
Yeah.
Is that
Oh,
why he
yeah,
never
yeah,
came
for the-
back?
yeah, yeah.
Is that why he
That's why Blaze Zabini was Draco's lackey in the
they changed
later
it
movies.
to the black kid is like
Yes.
it's in one it's Crab and Goyle, and then
Yeah.
the next movie it's like Goyle and this other guy.
Yes,
and it was like a
exact-
black kid
that's
standing there being
exactly
tough.
why.
Oh, tight.
That's,
We're taking
exactly why
jobs.
because
One more for the team, you guys.
but that is the reason. Yeah.
What? Okay, so are we allowed to like Richard Harris, the first
Sure.
film?
You can like anybody from Harry Potter except for Johnny Depp. I think.
Okay.
And I'm not nuts about the fact that J.K. Rowling like defended the Johnny Depp. What? And Alan Rickman? Yeah, no, he's great.
Oh, no, Alan Rickman, I have no doubt.
I was trying to remember Alan Rickman's
Are you
name.
just thinking about him in Love Actually?
No, I really needed to know if like he was posthumously cool still.
Oh yeah, no, he's
Cool,
no
cool,
seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not nuts about the Gary Oldman thing,
okay, so
obviously,
tell me.
but Johnny Depp's the only really, really fucked up one who's involved. Domestic
He's
violence.
also yeah. No, Johnny Depp shot somebody.
Johnny Depp's above and beyond.
Yeah, he
I mean, yes,
shot
of
Winona
course.
Ryder. Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
But I won't go
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the way
yeah.
into it. But okay, so I've loved these books forever. And when the fifth one came out, I was 16 and drunk, and I got home and I like picked up the book and was like, "Oh my god, like this is here!" And I read like the first like 150 pages, wasted.
You can
and then I
read
woke
drunk?
up in the morning.
Yeah, I can't do
see,
that.
Exactly.
Word.
So I woke up in the morning
Words
and
move.
was
What?
like, "Oh my god, I totally forgot. I got the Order of the Phoenix last night." And I'm like, "Oh wait, I'm 150 pages in. Well, I guess I'll remember as I'm reading." I didn't.
Yeah, drunk reading does not.
Yeah, it didn't.
What
Like-
what house are you in?
Definitely Ravenclaw.
You're a Ravenclaw. I think yeah, a bunch of nerds on this show.
Yeah.
Like we like reading too much.
Well, I think Elise kind of like hit it on the head though, like with the like. If I indulged all my tendencies, I'd be Slytherin. You know?
Yes. Yeah. The restraint alone.
Yeah. The restraints. Yeah, it is very Ravenclaw. Also, so I have hung out several times with Ezra Miller, who is in the films.
What?
Yeah.
He's
And-
also the Flash.
Yes, he is also the Flash. Alex, who didn't know who he was.
Yeah. What? Don't call why is everybody calling out people in the audience?
No, we're
What?
friends. It's
I
okay.
know. What?
But so
Fucking piece of shit.
I'm just saying he's
Shut
not
the
on mic.
fuck up.
Then don't do that.
So when I saw him when his band, which is a great band, they're called Sons of an Illustrious Father. They call themselves genre queer because it's like gender queer, you know. So when I saw them at the Black Cat in DC, I was hanging out with Ezra and the other members of the band, and there was this girl. She was this Japanese girl who literally just filmed him the entire time and was on like FaceTime with somebody, just filming.
Oh, so they can
Ezra
have the
whole time,
experience.
like-
Oh, not even performing.
No, just sitting there talking with me and his friends and stuff like that.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's creepy.
It was really creepy. Also,
He's
sorry,
really-
Ezra, I definitely heard that he and Eddie Redmayne are hooking up. Because Eddie Redmayne is closeted. Come out. Who cares?
Could he be bi? And like,
No,
it doesn't matter.
totally. I mean, Ezra's definitely like bi pansexual. No,
I'm just
like
saying-
he is. But Eddie Redmayne, like, come on.
I'm just saying. Well, here's the thing. I personally don't care if someone's like, no, but like,
I'm looking at Mike. His eyes are red right now. He's so angry.
He's so
I'm
mad about
angry.
my people.
No, but like the point being is like,
Sorry, goddammit.
like it's not that I don't care if he's gay. I don't care who's hooking up with who. Just like make the fucking movies. Who cares? Like I don't. What I'm saying,
I mean, we all care a little bit who's hooking up with who. Though that's kind of fun, you know.
Are super kind of gay.
Well, the point being is that like I don't. You say I wish he would come out already.
Oh, Eddie Redmayne, yeah.
But also like. Who cares? Like if he's out or not? Is he out straight? Does he have a beard wife?
I think the idea is there are lots of people that care.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
well, what if they're don't put labels on their boundaries on their relationships?
All I said was that he's sleeping with a dude, and I wish he'd come out. I'm not saying he's gay.
Yeah, but
no. Like I'm not.
Yeah, it's a super 2018 sentence.
Gay, like in this
suck a
context,
dick, who
is
cares?
like only doing dudes. If he's bi, like that would really help dudes who are bi, because a lot of people don't think they exist.
I do think.
Pick a side, goddammit.
I do think that.
No, very rude. I don't like that sentiment at all.
No. My point being,
But I
he's
love you,
talking about
Ben.
in or
I was
out,
playing
not bi.
Angry Mike just a minute ago.
No. What I'm getting at is. This is also a 2018 sentence. Is that the label, with the motivation you have for it to be big, important for people to believe that bi people are real. Don't put that on that guy. He doesn't want. Maybe he doesn't want it.
That's true. That
Maybe
is.
he doesn't want to be a
polite of me
representative
to.
for bisexual people.
I have two more things that I wrote in my notes, which are when I was at you guys, if you've listened to the podcast a lot, might know about my crazy residential school I was sent to in high school.
You went to Dark Hogwarts.
Yes, I went to Sad Hogwarts.
Sad Hogwarts.
So when we were there, it was like very exciting that the 6th Harry Potter book was coming out. Okay. Like, why wouldn't it be?
What's the sixth one called?
Half-Blood Prince.
Half-Blood Prince, right? So for all the people who knew that their parents were sending it to them, we had like a list of people who were gonna like
to trade it
that
off?
we were gonna lend it to afterwards. So I finished the book, and spoiler alert, Dumbledore dies.
Yeah.
And
Gasps.
and I literally take the book, and my friend Joe is sitting on a couch, and I throw it on the other side of the couch and go, read it if you want.
And he's probably like, well, something happened.
And this is the thing. We had group therapy 3 times a week, and people were checking in group and being like, something happened in Harry Potter that really upset me, but I can't say what it was.
That's a funny story.
I don't want to spoil it for people.
That's really funny.
But it was like triggering everybody who had like a parent or like whatever time.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is my friends and I in high school went to see the first Harry Potter movie as a like Rocky Horror Picture Show thing.
Oh.
Like we went like
this
6
wasn't when it came out though.
Yes, when it came.
Shit.
Yeah, when I was a freshman in high school when the first movie came out.
Fair, yeah.
Because like I said, I was like 11 or 12 when the first book came out, and yeah. So we went and saw the film and did like our callbacks because there was no one else in the theater by the time that we were going to see it again and again.
Right, yeah.
And we all got very obsessed with it, and I was really like into Draco Malfoy because of this fan fiction called Draco Veritas. It's written by Cassandra Clare, who wrote the like Shadowhunters and
I don't
Cities.
know what is
Tale as old as time.
You lost us.
There are people who will know what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying. But so we were. So we were like super pumped about it, and I have a Angel Fire website.
Oh no! Oh,
that
boy.
is called The Dirty Harry Potter.
No,
like Dirty Harry, like
that's
Harry Potter.
Too on brand.
And I'm 14, so
That's
don't worry,
so
it's not
on brand.
gross. Like when I'm
But-
saying that, like Dirty Harry Potter, and it wasn't that gross. But it was all about like me and like Draco Malfoy's like.
You wrote a
romance.
You wrote a self-insert fan fiction?
Yes, I wrote a fan fiction of that.
Guys, I don't know a better way to end.
I've been 14 before.
Ladies
I
and
am
gentlemen, Toby, is there anything you'd like to promote before you go?
Yeah, absolutely. What? Magnum Wands.
Magnum Wands.
I mean, if that's important to you, all right?
What is up with
Pokemon
people
movie,
yelling
did you?
random ass shit from the fucking audience? There,
It's,
Magnum
you know,
Wands.
Vito should have voiced
we were all
Pikachu.
upset by things that happened earlier and got bold, you
No,
know?
we're not.
So,
Don't worry. That's not what we're talking about. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
anyway,
so,
so
we'll talk about it after.
started from Degrassi. Now we have a new episode coming out this week. We
Yeah.
had a new one last week. It is Adam Suzanne. He's the guy who talks about Nickelodeon stuff.
He's
and
Meredith
says,
Vieira's biggest fan.
EC-Dub, and Meredith Vieira things. We watched Degrassi and recap it.
How far are you in Degrassi so far?
We are actually almost all the way through season 2, but we've only put out the first half of season 1.
They're banking episodes. Is what
Yes,
you're doing.
we are banking episodes. Please join Gunblind Gossip. It's my celebrity gossip group. If you're interested in hearing the things about Johnny Depp and all that stuff,
it's a treasure trove of horror and
is.
delight. It's both. It's all
it's
and
just
things and
like
nothing.
me, a treasure trove of horror and delights.
That's like your bio. It's like Toby Nelson, a treasure trove of horror
Actually, I'm
and
probably
delight.
gonna update my Facebook description of myself to say
Ladies
that.
and gentlemen, give it up for Toby Nelson. Guys, oh wait, Toby, what was your creek house?
My Creek house. I'm definitely a Ravenclaw. Like I was saying earlier, my Creek house is. I thought it was pinball because that's what I like. But my Creek house is Sir Davos.
Oh God, come on! Everybody's pulling over. Get the fuck out of here! Toby Nelson, everybody, pulling audibles. Thank you. Yeah, we've reached the end of the show. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here at Unsung Heroes every Thursday at 8 p.m. at the Creek in the Cave in Long Island City, Queens. You can listen to this every Friday. It drops at Zeros on Heroes on all social media, zerosonheroes.com. You can follow me at Mike Mercadal on all social media. And go out and watch Fantastic Beasts Electric Boogaloo, whatever the second one's called. And follow, what is it? Yeah, there's that. But before that, I was going to say there was something Expelliarmus. Everybody go out and be heroic!